Chapter 476. Baya walked out of the room. Shun Yin and Su Zheng were standing at the door. She looked at Shun Yin. Her eyes were clear like flowing light. "Let's go and see Gu Lingqing," Shun Yin said in a low voice. "We can't meet Gu Lingqing alone," Su Zheng said cautiously. "I won't." Shun Yin was a little annoyed. "Lead the way." Su Zheng was dissatisfied with Shun Yin's tone. He held back his temper and led the way. They went to the next floor. There were 8 guards at the door. Baya's heart sank. Even if this was hell, she wanted to stay and accompany Gu Lingqing. But she also knew that Gu Lingqing definitely didn't want her to stay. He should be the most worried about her. The guards opened the door, and they entered together. Baya saw Gu Lingqing sitting in the darkness. His posture was still straight and cold like a statue. He lowered his eyes and seemed to be in deep thought. Baya grabbed the railing impulsively and called out softly, "Lingqing." Gu Lingqing heard Baya's voice and rushed to the railing. He held Baya's hand. His eyes were so deep that there was pain. He said pitifully, "Why are you here?" "Gu Lingqing, don't worry about me. I'm fine," Baya said softly. Gu Lingqing responded with a deep voice. His eyes were filled with reluctance. "Xiaoya, if something happens to me this time, remember to live well. Our child still needs you to take care of him." Baya's eyes turned red instantly. If he died, how could she live on? She didn't want to live alone, but she didn't want him to worry about her here. She wiped her tears. "Okay, but I'll knead your ashes into clay figurines and put them beside the bed. When I die, I'll take you with me." Gu Lingqing chuckled. "Okay, I'll listen to you." "Yes, yes." Clearing his throat, Su Zheng looked at Shun Yin and said sarcastically, "Since when did the president become a matchmaker? It's not a big deal to meet him." Shun Yin looked at them solemnly. "Can we go now? Otherwise, it won't make sense," Su Zheng urged. Baya was the first to let go. She had already mentally prepared herself. Regardless of life or death, they would be together and would not be separated. There was no need for her to linger for a few more seconds. Moreover, it would put Shun Yin in a difficult position. "Don't worry about me, and I won't worry about you. We won't worry about each other, okay?" Baya said softly. Gu Lingqing nodded. "I'm sorry. We've dragged each other down for so long. It doesn't matter who's wronged who anymore, because we'll both forgive each other, right?" Baya said with a smile. She wanted to be carefree and not let the other party worry, but she couldn't control her tears. "Yes," Gu Lingqing answered in a low voice. His eyes were dark. Baya turned around and walked out of the room first. She ran, afraid that Gu Lingqing would hear her crying. She ran so fast that she almost fell. A man held her up. Baya looked up at him and shook off his hand with hatred. She glared at him and said coldly, "You don't need to pretend to be kind. Xiaoya, is it really you?" Su Jiran looked at Baya's face in shock. Baya twitched the corner of her mouth. "You're surprised that I'm not dead, right?" "I don't want you to die," Su Jiran said in a low voice. "Treat a Ling well." She walked past him and headed outside. Shun Yin also saw Su Jiran. "She works for Gu Lingqing," Su Jiran said with certainty. "You should also know that she's Lu Shuang's friend." Shun Yin patted Su Jiran's shoulder and walked out. In the car, Baya didn't say anything. She looked down and was in a daze. After a long time, she asked, "When will Gu Lingqing go to the military court? If nothing goes wrong, it should be tomorrow. If he's sentenced to death, when will the execution take place?" Baya asked calmly. "They're afraid that a long delay will bring trouble. The latest is the day after tomorrow," Shun Yin said in a low voice and looked at Baya. She was so strong that it was worrying. "Do me a favor." Baya looked at Shun Yin. Shun Yin had a bad feeling. "What?" "If Gu Lingqing dies, I won't survive either. Please bury us together. I'll tell you the address tomorrow. Please bury us there," Baya said calmly. "You have a child. You don't want the child in your belly? Do you have the heart to let the child die with you?" Shun Yin said in surprise. "When we get there, we'll still be a family of 3. Gu Lingqing and I will love it very much. When a person dies, there'll be nothing left. You told me this. Have you forgotten?" Shun Yin frowned. "What if living every day is a pain? Is there still a need to live?" Baya asked. "Baya, you can't be so irresponsible. Love isn't everything. You still have a child to take care of, Shunyin persuaded her. I don't have a father, a mother, or a sister. I'm the only child, and his adoptive parents are taking care of him. Everyone has their own fate. When I was young, I lived alone. I've had enough. Are you willing to help? If you're not willing, I'll find someone else. Baya turned her face away. Do you have to give up on yourself? In my impression, you've always been strong. So strong that even I admire you, Shunyin persuaded her. Baya looked down. Strong? On the other hand, it meant that she had suffered a lot. She didn't want to fight against the heavens anymore. She was tired. She leaned on the chair and closed her eyes. I'm strong because he's here. Without him, my world won't exist. What's the use of being strong? Don't die, Shunyin said in a low voice. Baya didn't say anything. She didn't want to see Song Shiyu's sad face when she went back. She went straight to the ship and lay on the bed to rest. She slept intermittently in a daze, but her heart would always be woken up by the pain. She had a dream. With a bang, the bullet went through his head. He fell in front of her and said to her, "Live on." Her heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. She opened her eyes. The dream was too real. It was so real that even when she thought about it, her heart still hurt. She looked at her phone. It was 3 in the morning. She came out of the cabin and stood at the head of the bed, looking at the lighthouse. If Gu Lingqing was by her side now, he would definitely help her put on her clothes. She was greedy for his warmth. A fierce look shot out of her eyes. She called Leng Shuai. Leng Shuai awaits orders. Leng Shuai's voice was full of energy. Help me kidnap someone. Remember, only success is allowed. Don't fail. Let the people from the dark shadows do it. Don't expose yourself. Baya ordered. Yes, kidnap who? The people from the dark shadows are on standby, Leng Shuai reported. Aling, I'll send her photo to your phone later. Use the heavens eye to find out where she is. Remember, Su Jiran should also have a heaven's eye. Don't let him find out it's you, Baya ordered. Yes. Chapter 477. Baya stood at the bow of the boat and put on a white windbreaker. However, her face was still numb from the cold. She looked to the east. The sky slowly turned white and red. The sun came out of the clouds and shone brightly. No matter what the result was, she should go to the military court and accompany Gu Lingqing on his last journey. Perhaps this would be the last chance for them to meet. She turned around and saw Zhang Xingyu standing on the dock with Little White in his arms. He was looking at her worriedly. Baya brushed her teeth, washed up, and changed her clothes before walking out. Baya rubbed the puppy's head and said thoughtfully, Zhang Xingyu, I'll leave Little White to you from now on. You and the chief will definitely be safe. Nothing will happen to you. Zhang Xingyu comforted Baya. It didn't have a good life when it was with me. Now I don't have the ability to take care of it. Baya raised her head and looked at Zhang Xingyu. Didn't he succeed? Zhang Xingyu looked troubled. We found out through the third eye that Su Jiran hit Aling. We don't know where Aling is now. Baya twitched the corner of her mouth. Maybe this is God's will. Forget it. Let the people from Aning come back. There's no time now. Even if there is, we still have to worry about the trap set by Su Jiran. We will do our best and fight until the last moment. Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. Whatever. Where's Gu Lingqing? Will he go to the military court? Baya asked. If there are no accidents at 10 o'clock in the morning, can you arrange for me to go to the hearing? Baya asked. Zhang Xingyu nodded. You, old madam, and Chief Lung can go back. The others can't go. I'm here to pick you up. Baya responded and picked up the puppy. Let's go. The military court was arranged in the cabinet office. The judge was Zhuo Chuani, and the judges were Shun Yin, Su Zheng, Lin Shutong, and Sheng Dongsheng. The 5 magnates were all present. It could be seen that they were really Gu Lingqing, and they were very important. Baya was sitting in the first row. Gu Lingqing had not come out yet. Song Shiyu held on to Baya's hand nervously. Lingqing should be fine, right? He didn't do anything bad. It's impossible for him to have done anything bad. Why would he go to the military court? Baya was unusually calm. After a while, Gu Lingqing came out. He looked deeply at Baya, and Baya smiled at him. There was no unusual excitement, and he was already calm about the outcome. Gu Lingqing walked to the defendant's stand. Excuse me, General Gu Lingqing, did you participate in a rescue mission 8 years ago? In this mission, all your comrades died. Only Xia He, you, and Zhou Hailon were left, Su Zheng asked directly. Yes. Gu Lingqing did not deny it. Excuse me, did you instigate Zhou Hailon to kill other station mates because someone knew that you had an organization behind you, and that organization did illegal things for you? Su Zheng followed up with another question. No, Gu Lingqing answered directly. Let Zhou Hailon go, Su Zheng said in a deep voice. The door opened, and someone pushed Zhou Hailon over. Bai did not turn his head. Song Shiyu was more emotional. He rushed up and questioned, I've been so good to you. Why did you frame my son? Guards, maintain order, Sheng Dongqing said sternly. A guard immediately chased Song Shiyu out. Bai looked at Sheng Dongqing. He was younger than she thought, around 35 years old. He was not considered handsome, but he had a good temperament. His eyes were sharp, and he looked like a male chauvinist. He was the kind of person who was headstrong and arrogant, full of ambition and killing. Zhou Hailon, did you listen to Gu Lingqing's orders and kill Shang Zhenghu? Shang Zhenghu and the others? Su Zheng asked sharply. Zhou Hailon looked at Baya. Baya looked at her calmly. She glanced around and looked at Su Zheng. I don't know what you're talking about. What? Su Zheng was shocked. He looked at Zhou Hailon in surprise. Didn't you say that Gu Lingqing asked you to kill them? I have a recording here. I also said that Su Jiran asked me to do it. I have a recording too, Zhou Hailon said lightly. How dare you? You're fooling around with the law. Who was it? Who asked you to kill them? Su Zheng stood up angrily and pointed at Zhou Hailon. I remember now. It's you. You asked me to do it because you hate Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing dumped your daughter, so you asked me to lie and frame Gu Lingqing, Zhou Hailon said with his eyes wide open. I think you're crazy. You're spouting nonsense. Su Zheng was so angry that he glared at him. Crazy. Zhou Hailon's eyes were locked. She held her stomach and said anxiously, Where's my child? My child. Su Zheng frowned. What do you mean? My child, where's my child? They injected drugs into me and asked me to frame Gu Lingqing. Why didn't I know anything? I'm innocent. I don't know anything. Zhou Hailon squatted down and held his head. He was trembling and in a daze. Su Zheng, so you asked her to frame Gu Lingqing. Bai stood up and looked at Su Zheng sharply. Nonsense. This woman is crazy. How can you believe her words? Su Zheng immediately refuted. She's crazy now, but she wasn't crazy before. There's a recording of what she said. Sheng Dongqing frowned. Do you think she said it was Su Jiran's order or Gu Lingqing's order? Bai asked Sheng Dongqing. Didn't you kidnap her son and force her to say that Su Jiran did it so that you could frame Su Jiran? Sheng Dongqing said impatiently. Sirs, please recall a detail. If this was done by Gu Lingqing, Xia He would have been in Gu Lingqing's hands long ago, and Xia He was wanted as a spy. Why didn't he just kill Xia He and let the whole thing sink? Baya asked. Gu Lingqing's thoughts are too deep. He probably did it to frame Su Jiran, Sheng Dongqing said. Why would he frame Su Jiran? You, on the other hand, why do you insist that it was done by Gu Lingqing instead of Su Jiran? Could it be that you're the boss behind Su Jiran, the big boss behind that organization? Baya said straightforwardly. A murderous look flashed through Sheng Dongqing's eyes. He said sternly, How dare you? Otherwise, I really can't think of any reason why Gu Lingqing would frame Su Jiran, Baya said fearlessly. Back then, Gu Lingqing stole Su Jiran's ex-wife, and Su Jiran stole Gu Lingqing's ex-wife. They had a grudge against each other. Everyone knows about this, Sheng Dongqing said confidently. Chapter 478. But Sheng Dongqing still wanted to say something, but Shen Yin swept a sharp light at him. Sheng Dongqing shut up. Shen Yin was the first to stand up and walk towards the door. The guard at the door opened the door, and he disappeared into the light. Baya's tense nerves relaxed. She looked at Gu Lingqing and rushed towards him. She had really already thought of death. Unexpectedly, Zhou Hailon really betrayed her at the last moment. Gu Lingqing jumped out from the defendant's stand and hugged Baya. Gu Lingqing, Baya shouted. Her voice was choked with sobs. Yes, Gu Lingqing replied. He lowered his head and kissed her forehead. She really liked it. She really liked the word yes that he said. She felt that it could warm her heart and her whole body, even in the cold winter. She hugged him tightly, and tears of joy flowed down her face. Gu Lingqing wiped her tears and said softly, "You didn't sleep last night, did you?" "I did. I dreamed that you died, and then I couldn't sleep again," Baya said while crying. She wiped her tears and looked at him with red eyes. "Lingqing," Song Shiyu shouted. Gu Lingqing also hugged Song Shiyu. "I'm fine." Baya looked at Sheng Dongcheng. Sheng Dongcheng glared at her and left angrily. Su Zheng walked over and said, "Congratulations." Song Shiyu glanced at Su Zheng and said, "What are you congratulating me for? Didn't you want Lingqing to die just now? We've been friends for so many years, and you actually did this. It's just a routine. Sorry." Su Zheng said goodbye and quickly left. Baya looked at Su Zheng's back. In this world, there were really no eternal friends, and there were no eternal enemies. Everyone had a scale in their heart. Su Zheng pretended to be sanctimonious. Everything he did just now was to kill Gu Lingqing. He took her by the hand and went out. She saw Su Jiran. Su Jiran was actually at the door? If she guessed correctly, when Zhou Hailon looked around, she should be looking for Su Jiran. Maybe she didn't see Su Jiran, so she betrayed them. Because she knew that if she bit Gu Lingqing to death, she would also die. She would only survive if she was still useful. Only by surviving would he be able to see Su Jiran. "Can I talk to you in private?" Su Jiran looked at Baya deeply. Gu Lingqing held Baya's hand tightly. Baya nodded to Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing let go of her hand. "I'll wait for you outside." Baya replied. Su Jiran walked towards the entrance of the corridor. Baya followed behind him. They went into the corridor together. Su Jiran looked at her and didn't say anything. "You said that you want to talk to me in private. Don't tell me that you just want to look at me?" Baya asked. "Have all the poison in your body been cured?" Su Jiran asked. "I changed my bone marrow. I came back after emergency treatment." Baya didn't want to tell him, so she said ambiguously, "I didn't really want to kill you back then. I just wanted to keep you by my side," Su Jiran explained. "Maybe it's fate. Now that you've met a Ling, it's your reward for waiting for her for so many years. After all, she's very similar to me. She also likes your face. You two are a match made in heaven. In the future, don't look at the bowl. Think about the pot. You've slept with so many women. So what? You were comfortable at the time. After that, you can leave something in your memory. Your money isn't easy to earn either. In this life, you just want to find that one person. When you're with him, you won't feel lonely," Baya said softly. "If Gu Lingqing dies, you'll die with him, right?" Su Jiran asked. "Whether we live or die, we'll be together," Baya said with certainty. Su Jiran's eyes were filled with pain. He looked at her deeply. "If I cherish you back then, maybe I would have found someone to be with for the rest of my life. Give up on what others have and cherish what you have now. You can still find someone to accompany you for the rest of your life. The human heart is mutual. If you treat others well, others will treat you well too. If you treat others sincerely, others will treat you sincerely too." "I seem to have missed the most precious thing," Su Jiran said regretfully. "It's God's will." "Xiaoya, do you hate me?" Su Jiran asked, clenching his fists. He realized that he was very nervous about this answer. "I hope that in this life, I've never seen you, and I don't know you," Baya said calmly. Su Jiran took a step back and looked at Baya sadly. Baya smiled. Her smile was very faint, like the plum blossoms in the snow in winter. "Thank you for letting Gu Lingqing go. I'm afraid that you'll die," Su Jiran said in a low voice. Baya nodded and turned around. Su Jiran held her wrist. Baya looked at him. "You already have a Ling. Don't be half-hearted in the future. Just like what you said, she's still a blank piece of paper, innocent and romantic. You can compose beautiful music on it, but you don't have love for me anymore." Su Jiran lowered his arm. Was it too late for him to take back those words? When he saw Ling, he was very excited. She was very similar to Baya. He thought that Baya was dead, so he deliberately said that to Wunyan. However, he had been in contact with a Ling for 2 days. He had already confirmed that the girl was not what he wanted. She was just a child. He could not communicate with her spiritually. She was no different from the women he used to play with. He was tired of playing now. He just wanted to find a woman he loved to settle down with. He envied Gu Lingqing. He was very envious. Baya could do anything for him. If he could also do anything for Baya, would she accept him one day? She was very smart. Just now, she actually guessed that he deliberately let Gu Lingqing go. She could feel his sincerity, right? Su Jiran watched Baya leave. He could only watch her leave. Baya walked out of the cabinet and saw Gu Lingqing. He was standing in front of the car, waiting for her. She walked towards him. He patted her head. Are you hungry? Mama's booked a restaurant. I called Zhang Xingyu and the rest over. Let's have a meal together. We'll go back to sleep after that. Baya smiled. Sure, let's celebrate your safe return. Gu Lingqing had won the hearts of the people. So when something happened to him, many people worked for him. He was also worthy of the trust and sacrifice of others. She got into the car. Madam is still the best. Chief Lung and I can only be anxious, Zhang Xingyu praised. Gu Lingqing looked at Baya. What did you convince Zhou Hailan? It's not me, it's Su Jiran. Let's not talk about this first. Now that Zhou Hailan is in custody, she's a ticking time bomb that could explode at any time, Baya said worriedly. I'll ask around. Zhang Xingyu immediately made a call. I hope it's not in Sheng Dongqing's hands, Baya sighed. It shouldn't be. Su Zheng, Sheng Dongqing, and I are all involved. It's most likely with Shani Yin, Gu Lingqing guessed. Chapter 479. Baya heaved a sigh of relief. Shani Yin doesn't want anything to happen to you. He needs you to keep Sheng Dongqing in check. Sheng Dongqing is overbearing. Shani Yin can't control him anymore. Once Sheng Dongqing runs for the presidency in 2 years, Shani Yin will be the first to suffer, Gu Lingqing analyzed. So, it's the best choice for Shuang Yu to leave. Given her personality, she's not suited to be involved in politics. By his side, she looked at Gu Lingqing and her eyes darkened. There were some words that shouldn't be said at this time. After all, his comrades had come over and asked him to leave with her. Today's gathering would be too sad. It would be better to wait until they went back. Gu Lingqing held Baya's hand tightly. They looked at each other. There were thousands of words that he wanted to say. He wanted her to leave. He wanted to protect her. But he knew that she wouldn't want to. If she didn't want to, she would bury him and run away. He understood her. So, he took a step back and compromised. He didn't want to say anything. Baya leaned on Gu Lingqing's shoulder. She took a deep breath and looked ahead. The sun was really good today. The sunlight shone in through the window and fell on their bodies. It was warm. She closed her eyes. She just wanted to close her eyes. She didn't want to. She really fell asleep. Gu Lingqing kissed her on the forehead. He let her lie on his body. He held her shoulder with his other hand, afraid that she would fall. Soon, they arrived at the restaurant. Mom, you go up first. Take care of them. I'll get a room in a nearby hotel. Xiao Yin can sleep for a while, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. This girl is more rational and stronger than me. It really makes my heart ache. Song Shiyu looked at Baya and sighed. She opened the door and went out. Gu Lingqing carried Baya. Baya opened her eyes. We're here. I'll take you to the hotel to sleep for a while, Gu Lingqing said softly. No, just for a while. I need to eat too. Put me down, Baya said. Gu Lingqing put her down and looked at her worriedly. He remembered that it was the same last time. She accompanied him and almost had a miscarriage. He was worried about her body. Baya patted him on the shoulder. I just slept for a while, and I feel much better. My stomach doesn't hurt, so I'm fine. Let's go. Your brothers are waiting for you. She put her arm around his and pulled him along. Gu Lingqing gazed at her tiny figure. It seems that I still owe you a wedding. When we go back this time, let's pick a good day and have a wedding. Let's talk about this when we get back. There's no hurry. Baya did not agree directly. What she really wanted was to leave with him as soon as possible. They went in together. Baya glanced around. There were 2 tables of people in the same private room. They didn't seem to be from the shadows. When she thought about it, it made sense. How could the shadows be exposed to the public? They should be Gu Lingqing's subordinates in the military. Chief, Madam Chief. Lung Shuang saluted them. Among them, Lung Shuang seemed to have the highest position. When the others saw Lung Shuang saluting them, they also saluted. Gu Lingqing smiled slightly. Everyone has worked hard. You don't have to be as restrained here as in the military. Sure. Lung Shuang laughed and looked at Bai Yi. Madam Chief is really amazing. If it wasn't for you, I was prepared to drive a plane and a tank to save Chief. Now it's the best. We didn't use force to save Chief. Ha ha ha. We even turned the tables on Su Zheng and Sheng Dongsheng. This is a good fight. Bai Yi twitched the corner of her mouth. Her smile was very faint. Others saw her success and recognition, but she knew clearly that it was a coincidence. If it wasn't for the fact that Su Jiran did not go in, Zhou Hailon would not be able to see him in the end and would be disheartened. If Su Jiran could repay Zhou Hailon a little, based on Zhou Hailon's character, he would definitely die for Su Jiran in exchange for him remembering her. Actually, she couldn't understand Zhou Hailon's feelings for Su Jiran. She knew that Su Jiran had many women. She also knew that Su Jiran didn't love her. Wasn't this kind of love sick? However, love was like drinking water. There was no need for others to comment on it. Gu Lingqing hugged her and sat down. Zhang Xingyu praised, "You might not know this, but the dishes cooked by Madam Chief are top-notch, especially the fish soup. I miss fish soup so much. We promised to have fish soup." "Then I'll order some fish soup for you later," Lung Shuai said. "How can the fish soup in a restaurant be as delicious as Madam Chief's fish soup? It's so fragrant that it leaves a lingering aftertaste. If you don't believe me, you can ask Chief Lung. Chief Lung has tasted it too," Zhang Xingyu flattered. Everyone looked at Lung Shuai. Lung Shuai nodded. "It's indeed delicious. That all-fish banquet is the best I've ever had in my position. I still remember it, and I don't think I'll forget it in the future." Bai Yi was embarrassed by their compliments. "It's better if it's fish. We want to eat it too," the soldiers said together. "Then come to my place for fish soup tomorrow night. I fish during the day. In winter, I cook the fish in the lake, and it's especially delicious," Bai Yi said with a smile. "At night, you still need the chief's approval." Lung Shuai looked at Gu Lingqing. "Come over tomorrow night. But after you're full, you have to go back for urgent training at night. No one is allowed to drink. Also, I have a mission for you tomorrow night," Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. "Yes, Chief. Chief." The soldiers saluted him again. Eating with a group of male soldiers made one's blood boil easily. It was also full of youthful energy and happiness. But sometimes their jokes were a little dirty. Bai Yi had always been a thin-skinned person. Gu Lingqing cleared his throat. "Be careful. There's a lady here." Oh, haha. The soldiers burst into laughter. It was a suggestive laughter. Bai Yi didn't know what they were laughing about. His intuition told him that there was a hidden meaning behind it. "You guys continue eating. I'll go back with Xiaoyan first. You're not allowed to drink. Otherwise, you'll be punished according to military law." Gu Lingqing helped Bai Yi stand up. "Haha, our chief is a real man. He can't hold it in so quickly. Don't talk nonsense. Let's go back to sleep," Gu Lingqing corrected. "Oh, sleep?" They started jeering again. "I'm really going to sleep. Don't think too much. The chief's wife is pregnant." Zhang Xingyu helped to explain. "Chief, you're amazing. She's pregnant. Well, if she's pregnant, she can only do it after 3 months, right? Chief, be gentle." They were jeering again. "Ignore them," Gu Lingqing said softly to Bai Yi. He hugged her and turned around. She heard their last conversation. "I don't think Madam's pregnant for 3 months. Wouldn't the chief suffocate to death? The chief is full of vigor." "What do you know? I don't have a microphone, but I still have my throat." Throat. Your mouth. Idiot. Ha 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 ha. She blushed. She didn't know if Gu Lingqing heard her. Chapter 480. Bai Yi leaned in Gu Lingqing's arms as she slept. She had a dream. In the dream, she was on a boat with Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing had brought her to a safe island. The island was filled with birds and flowers, but there was no one else. Gu Lingqing wanted to leave. She begged bitterly, but when she woke up, he still left. She looked at his silhouette as he left the boat. She felt sad and lonely. She did not have the courage to continue living, so she slowly walked into the sea. Her heart was still hurting as though it was being cut by a knife. When she opened her eyes, tears were streaming down her face. She saw Gu Lingqing still lying beside her. He should be very tired, but he was still asleep. She looked at him for a very, very long time. The sky turned from day to night. Gu Lingqing slowly woke up. We saw by looking at him, he smiled. You're awake. Gu Lingqing, let's leave this place, okay? Baya said gently. Gu Lingqing paused and remained silent. Baya waited for his answer with her eyes. Time ticked by. Long. She had a kind of cold feeling, a shiver. He lowered his head and cleared his forehead. Then he got out of bed. Without him around, she felt even colder. She covered herself with the blanket and stood up. Gu Lingqing's back was facing her. He said in a deep voice, Xiaoya, I can't leave. Her heart skipped a beat. She recalled the contents of the dream, and her hands trembled slightly. What if I ask for it? Gu Lingqing put on his coat and buckled the belt. He turned around and looked at her. He was brave and strong. Baya, what do you like about me? Baya's eyes flickered. She liked him. He was righteous, manly, responsible, fearless, courageous, and loyal. But if these qualities would kill him, she would rather he become timid, weak, and selfish. People were really contradictory. She did not speak, her eyes red. Gu Lingqing walked towards her and put a thick down jacket on her. Sheng Dongsheng wants to deal with me, not because there's a grudge between us, but because he sees me as a stumbling block. Do you think that if I leave, he will trust me? Based on how cautious and vengeful he is, I'm already on his death list. It's just that my death will be slightly delayed. If I leave, the first to suffer will be Long Shuo, followed by Ning, the people who ate with us today, and everyone in the military. After that, it'll be everyone else who's competing with him. After he gets the position, it'll be Shun Yiyin and me. Such a cruel and ambitious person had become the leader of the country, and the innocent people had been harmed. Perhaps people from other countries had also been harmed. My retreat is not peace, but a greater slaughter. Suppose I was sentenced to death. What do you think my brothers would do? Baya sat motionless on the bed and let him help her zip up her pants. She understood that she was selfish, but when faced with his life and death, she couldn't be a philanthropist. Tears rolled down her cheeks and landed on the back of his hand. Gu Lingqing sighed and wiped her tears with his thumb. Xiaoya, now, we can't be safe even if we leave. Even if we leave, I won't be at ease for the rest of my life if I know that my brother has died. My parents won't be proud of me. I remember you said that there are things that we should do and things that we shouldn't. What we should do, we shouldn't run away, right? Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Baya tasted her salty tears and nodded. Her heart was sour and bitter, as if there was a heavy stone pressing on it. She was almost out of breath. She rested her forehead on Gu Lingqing's shoulder and cried, Why do we have to work so hard? You said it before, 9 out of 10 things in life don't go your way. Perhaps only after experiencing hardship can you see the rainbow. Only with more pain can you find happiness. He placed his hand on her waist and comforted her. Baya hugged the back of his neck and just hugged him. Gu Lingqing stood there with a good temper. We'll get through this. From today onwards, we'll be careful with every step we take. Baya looked up at him. No, not only do we have to be careful with every step we take, we have to take the initiative and wait for death. Just being careful won't defeat the other party. Gu Lingqing nodded. Okay, I know that from now on, I have to prepare for the presidential election in 2 years. I can't let Sheng Dongsheng do it, and I can't let Shun Yin do it either. Sheng Dongsheng knows too many secrets of the Shun family. With the Shun family around, Sheng Dongsheng will have an umbrella to protect him. Let's think about it. I think that Zhou Hailan is a bomb to us, and he'll also be a bomb to Sheng Dongsheng. What do you think about this? Baya asked. Shun Yin won't let Sheng Dongsheng take him away. He has a thorough analysis of the situation. Otherwise, he won't let me go, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Baya took a deep breath. In her dream, Gu Lingqing did the same. He left resolutely. She had expected it. This was Gu Lingqing, but there was still a 1% fantasy. She also knew that if he wanted to leave, she would follow in his footsteps even if she had to die. Gu Lingqing was too kind, and he valued relationships too much. In fact, this was his biggest problem. Then, she would make up for this loophole. Didn't you say that you're going to prepare for my wedding? You can start preparing now. Also, I will ask Shini Yin to let me enter the cabinet. There are many wives of key officials in the cabinet. My wife's pillow talk is more useful than the suggestions of 100 subordinates, Baiya said with certainty. Your current physical condition is not suitable for you to work hard, Gu Lingqing said worriedly. You know that if you don't let me do anything, I will be more anxious. I know my physical condition. I promise you, I will take care of my health and give birth to a healthy and chubby child, Baiya promised. I don't want you to be too tired. I won't let myself be too tired. I just want to live a fulfilling life. I want to make every day meaningful, Baiya said with a smile. Tell me immediately if you feel the slightest discomfort, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Baiya nodded. Okay. He held her hand. Are you hungry? Let's go out for dinner first. I have a meeting at the military base tonight. Also, I need to follow up on the jewelry. I won't be back early today. Remember to sleep early. Okay. If there's anything special, I will report to you again, Baiya said with a smile. They went downstairs together. You're up, Song Shiyu said with a smile. It's time for dinner. Zhang Xingyu was there too. Other than him, there was a tall and skinny girl with short hair standing next to him. She wore a black suit and had tan skin. She looked very capable. She saluted to Gu Lingqing, reporting to Chief. Number 7328 Lin Shulan, reporting for duty. Gu Lingqing nodded and said to Baiya, when I'm not around, she will follow you. She will be your personal assistant. She will be in charge of her daily life, food, and safety. Chapter 481. Gu Lingqing made a call. When it was time for dinner, he asked the military helicopter to pick him up. Baiya thought of something. Gu Lingqing, according to Sheng Dongqing's habits, if he can't deal with someone, he'll murder them. So, don't let him know your habits. If you're not in a hurry, you should drive to the military today. Change the method every day. Increase the number of helicopters. The enemy won't be able to tell the difference, so he won't do anything. Gu Lingqing nodded. That's a good idea. If possible, you see, only your cronies will know whether you can go through the underground secret passage. Moreover, the secret passage is unimpeded, and you can save time going to the military. When you become the president in the future, there will be many people who want to kill you, so this protection measure must be done, Baiya reminded him. Gu Lingqing nodded. That's a good idea. Baiya held Gu Lingqing's hand. Let me do a psychological test on your trusted aides. Or rather, all of them. It'll be easier for those closest to you to get close to you. Gu Lingqing smiled. I've made an appointment with you a long time ago, but you haven't been free. I'll make arrangements. Why don't you come with me to the military for a while? Okay, but there's no rush. Oh yeah, buy more cars in the garage. One model, one color, and you can change the license plates. Also, have more people around you. Also, make sure you catch them off guard. You have to be careful, Baiya said worriedly. I'll be careful, Gu Lingqing said. Then, wifey, how do you want me to go to the military today? You've already called for a helicopter. Let's take a car. Check if there are any bombs before you go. Is that okay? Baiya said. I'll listen to you, Gu Lingqing said. After dinner, Baiya heard the roar of the helicopter. Call the pilot and ask him to lower his body. We'll make a dummy and tie it to the rope ladder. He'll pull it up, Baiya said. Gu Lingqing nodded. Although she felt that Baiya was being too careful, it was good that she could be at ease. After a while, the rope ladder was lowered and Baiya placed the dummy on it. She used Gu Lingqing's clothes and trousers, which were wrapped with a pillow and a mop. Her head was also a pillow. She wrapped a scarf around the pillow, put on a hat, and tied it to the rope ladder. She watched as her family was pulled onto the helicopter. Not this one, Baiya said. Don't drive this one. Change to another one, Baiya said. Zhang Xingyu glanced at Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing nodded. Zhang Xingyu went to the garage and drove the car that Gu Tianhang had driven previously. As soon as the car stopped in front of Gu Lingqing, Baiya heard a thud and subconsciously looked at the sky. The whole plane exploded in the sky. Baiya's face instantly turned pale. He looked at Gu Lingqing with trepidation. Gu Lingqing also frowned, glanced around, picked up the phone, and called Lung Shuai. Check the third eye. 4 to 5 kilometers away from my house. 5 o'clock. Anyone suspicious will be apprehended. Beware, he is armed with a dangerous weapon. In addition, something happened to the pilot who came over this time. Find him quickly. After Gu Lingqing hung up the phone, Baya held Gu Lingqing's hand. He really wanted to kill you, and he did it so openly. Gu Lingqing also held Baya's hand tightly. He still remembered that Baya was too careful, but if it wasn't for that, he would have been smashed into pieces. His pilot was also dead in the plane. F***CK. He actually used a cannon to bomb the plane. This Sheng Dongsheng is too shameless. Chief, just say the word and we'll twist his head off, Zhang Xingyu said angrily. If I use assassination, what difference is there between us? Gu Lingqing didn't agree with such methods. If we want him to step down, we have to do it in an upright manner. Baya knew that Gu Lingqing wouldn't use despicable methods. He would definitely be at a disadvantage if he did that. Those who cared about their reputation would always lose to those who didn't. Moreover, we can't be sure if Sheng Dongsheng did it. Maybe someone wants to frame him, Gu Lingqing analyzed. Baya agreed with that. She looked at Zhang Xingyu. Are you sure you can get close to Sheng Dongsheng without anyone noticing? I think so, Zhang Xingyu said and looked at Gu Lingqing. We can get close, but it won't be easy to retreat. Sheng Dongsheng has a lot of people around him. If something happens to Sheng Dongsheng, it won't be easy for my people to retreat, Gu Lingqing said. We don't need to take his head, but we can't do nothing about it. Also, we can test if it's his people who want to kill you. So, we just need to put the note on his bedside table without anyone noticing. The note said, "Do you have to assassinate me? Let's die together." It'll warn him not to use underhanded methods. It'll also serve as a deterrent, Zhang Xingyu agreed. I'll discuss this with them, Gu Lingqing said in a deep voice. You'll be very busy after such a big incident. Don't come back tonight. I have your people protecting me. Nothing will go wrong. Baya was worried that his body wouldn't be able to take it. I'll strengthen the security here. You better not go out. If you want to see someone, let them come in to see you, or let me accompany them. Do you understand? Gu Lingqing said. Baya was going to go out today, but Gu Lingqing said so. If she went out willfully, he would be worried. I'll make a good plan, Baya said. Gu Lingqing's phone rang. He saw that it was a cold call and immediately answered it. Baya saw his serious face and had a bad feeling. Seeing that he hung up the phone, she immediately asked, what did he say? That person, after blowing up the plane, he burned himself. The pilot died, Gu Lingqing said seriously. He burned himself? Baya frowned. Can you distinguish the fingerprints and appearance? I've recorded it with the sky eye and entered it into the computer. There's no information about this person. I remember you said before that the people in Sheng Dongqing's organization are all men of sacrifice. Those people don't exist in the current population registration, right? Baya asked. Yes, but even if we know the identity of the men of sacrifice, we can't directly convict Sheng Dongqing. Baya understood. He really wants to get rid of himself. He has a lot of men of sacrifice in his hands. We must take action. The proposal I just mentioned must be done. Otherwise, if he does this every day, we will also have a lot of casualties, which will affect the morale. Yes, I know. I'll make a plan today. Baya's phone rang. She saw that it was Su Jiran. She hesitated for a moment and answered it. Chapter 482. Baya paused. To be honest, she did not believe that Su Jiran would help her at all. However, he was one of Sheng Dongqing's people. If they had his help, they would be like tigers with wings, and they would definitely be able to defeat Sheng Dongqing. But why would he help them? This was not in line with Su Jiran's character. He would harm them. Thinking about it, it was not right. If Su Jiran wanted to harm them, he would not have saved Gu Lingqing. If he did not save Gu Lingqing would have been sentenced to death by now, and his reputation would have been tarnished. She believed him a little. Do you have any conditions? Baya asked. Shen Yin was silent. She took a deep breath. If I die, will you come to my grave to see me? Baya was silent. She lowered her eyes, and her long eyelashes covered the emotions in her eyes. I think you know the answer in your heart. There are people working for Sheng Dongsheng in Gu Lingqing's military base. I'm looking into it. If I'm not wrong, That person is among the people who had lunch with Gu Lingqing today. There are 2 of them. I'll let you know when I find out. Also, Sheng Dongsheng is furious. According to my understanding of him, he won't let Gu Lingqing go. Su Jiran hung up the phone. Gu Lingqing looked at Baiya. Su Jiran called? He said that there are people working for Sheng Dongsheng in your military base. Those 2 people had lunch with us this afternoon. If this is true, who do you think they are? Baiya asked worriedly. Su Jiran's words cannot be trusted. He might be trying to sow discord. Baiya held his arm. No matter what, we have to be careful. I'm still worried. I'll go back to the military with you today. Tomorrow, I'll give them a psychological test. Gu Lingqing could tell that Baiya was too nervous. The explosion of the plane had made her nervous. Okay, Gu Lingqing replied. The only thing he could do now was to follow her heart and dispel all her worries. In the car, Baiya leaned on Gu Lingqing, looked at the air in front of them, and sighed. Gu Lingqing held her hand. What's wrong? Gu Lingqing, do you think I'm too nervous? Baiya asked. I know you care about me. If you didn't remind me just now, I'm afraid I would have been smashed into pieces. It's better to be safe than sorry. Gu Lingqing comforted him instead. Baiya nodded. Maybe it was because she was pregnant, or maybe it was because the explosion of the plane was too shocking to her. Or maybe it was because Su Jiran said that there were 2 of Sheng Dongqing's men around him. She was very uneasy. Gu Lingqing might be very cautious against his enemies, but it was hard to guard against the people around him. Moreover, Sheng Dongsheng was surrounded by men of sacrifice. She had to find the 2 men immediately to be at ease. Her thoughts ran wild, and she couldn't fall asleep. The car entered the military base. The guards at the entrance were very cautious. Even if it was his car, they would still check it. They would only let it go after making sure that there was no danger. Soon, they arrived at Gu Lingqing's apartment. The guards opened the car door. Gu Lingqing got out first and held her hand. Chief, the orderly walked out. Chief Lin is waiting for you in your office. Baiya saw that the orderly looked familiar. He should be someone who had eaten today. He took something out of his pocket. Maybe it was because he was sensitive. She subconsciously stood in front of Gu Lingqing. The orderly took out a pistol. Baiya's heart tightened. Su Jiran was right. There was really a traitor around Gu Lingqing. Moreover, Sheng Dongsheng had gone crazy and was determined to kill Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing moved away from Baiya. Baiya fell to the ground. He took a big step forward and dodged the gun in the orderly's hand. There was a bang. Baiya saw the bullet pass through the back of Gu Lingqing's head. Blood splashed out. Bang! Bang! The orderlies were beaten to death, and Staff Officer Lin, who was in the office, also committed suicide. Gu Lingqing's strong body collapsed with a loud bang. Baiya looked at Gu Lingqing, who fell to the ground. Blood stained the ground. He didn't move at all. She stared at him. Her heart stopped at that moment. The world seemed to have lost all color. Her vision went black and she fainted. After a long time, she regained consciousness and opened her eyes. The image of Gu Lingqing being shot in the head flashed in her mind. She must have had a nightmare again. She put on her clothes and got up. She shouted towards the door, Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing. Yes. His warm voice sounded in her ear. She raised the corner of her mouth. She knew that he would always be there. Baiya walked towards him and said softly, I had a nightmare. I dreamed that you died and the bullet went through your head. Pregnant people seem to have wild thoughts. Silly girl. I will always be here. She heard Gu Lingqing's words and slightly raised the corner of her mouth. The door was pushed open. Song Shiyu stood in front of her. Her eyes were red and swollen from crying. She hugged Baiya. Mom, what's wrong? Baiya asked in confusion. Xiaoya, you've been in a coma for 5 days. It's just the 2 of us in the future. Lingqing was buried yesterday. Song Shiyu cried. What buried? Baiya looked to the side. In her eyes, Gu Lingqing was smiling at her. His smile was like the sun, giving her a warm feeling. Baiya also slightly raised the corner of her mouth. Song Shiyu looked at Baiya in surprise. Then, she looked to the side. There was only air beside her. Xiaoya! Song Shiyu shouted. Baiya looked at Song Shiyu. What's wrong, Mom? Song Shiyu's tears flowed down. She held Baiya's arm. Lingqing, he's dead. A bullet pierced through the back of his head. He couldn't save you. You were in a coma. You weren't even there on the day of his funeral. Baya laughed. Mom, what are you talking about? Ling Qing is here. Baya looked to the side. She couldn't see Gu Lingqing. She frowned and rushed out of the door. She shouted in panic. Lingqing, Gu Lingqing, Gu Lingqing, where did you go? Gu Lingqing. She rushed out of the door. Lin Shulan, chase after her. Don't let anything happen to her. I lost my husband and son. I can't live without my daughter-in-law. Song Shiyu said hurriedly. Lin Shulan immediately chased after her. Baya kept running forward. She went to the lake. She didn't see the tent. She ran further to the entrance of the manor. She didn't see Gu Lingqing either. The clothes he was wearing fell off when he ran. She was only wearing a shirt, but she didn't feel cold at all. Where's Gu Lingqing? Did you see him come back? Baya asked the soldier in the security room. The soldier's eyes were red. He lowered his head. Chapter 483. Who are you talking about? Baya frowned. What are you talking about? I saw him just now. What's wrong with all of you? Baya was angry. It was fine if they didn't help her find him, but they were all talking nonsense. She pushed Lin Shulan away. Young madam, you should know that the chief died in front of you. It was Staff Officer Lin who did it. Staff Officer Lin also committed suicide. Have you forgotten all of this? Lin Shulan cried. The image of Gu Lingqing being shot in the back of his head flashed across Baya's mind. She staggered a few steps back. No, she didn't believe them. None of them hoped for her well. It wasn't easy for her to be with Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing was going to leave with her, but he stayed behind to protect others. God wouldn't be so heartless. Before the night of joy passed, there was only an endless abyss left. That was too cruel. What was the point of living? Was it just to go through suffering? She dialed Gu Lingqing's phone. The call was answered. Her tense nerves loosened. Xiaoya. Song Shiyu picked up the phone. Baya's heart skipped a beat. Mom, where's Lingqing? Why isn't Lingqing answering the phone? Xiaoya, he's dead. I know you can't accept it for a while, but this is the truth. Please be okay. You still need to take care of Xiaoyan. You still have a baby in your belly. Don't scare me. Baya hung up the phone in a panic. She must have dialed the wrong number. She keyed in a series of numbers and dialed it again. Xiaoya. Song Shiyu picked up again. She was so scared that she threw the phone on the ground and looked out of the window in a daze. The sky was gray, and it seemed like it was going to rain. She was in a daze for more than 10 seconds, then picked up the phone on the ground. There was only one person who wouldn't lie to her now. She wanted to ask Alan. Alan wouldn't lie to her. She dialed the number and went out. Hey, Xiaoyan, are you okay? Alan asked worriedly. Alan, they told me that Gu Lingqing is dead. I don't believe it. I only believe you. Gu Lingqing is dead? Baya asked with red eyes. Alan paused. Baya panicked and threatened. If you lie to me, you will never find a girlfriend in the future. Xiaoyan, I went to Gu Lingqing's funeral and saw him lying in the coffin. It's true. He's dead, Alan said in a deep voice. Even you want to lie to me? I saw him just now. Baya said irritably. Alan didn't say anything. I'm going to ignore you. I promised Gu Lingqing that I would make fish soup, and he would invite his friends to drink it. I'm going fishing. Come tonight if you're happy. If you're not, forget it. When you see Gu Lingqing come back later, you'll feel embarrassed for what you said just now. Baya hung up the phone. She hung up. She went back and set up the tent alone. She put sponges, mattresses, and quilts in the tent. There was a stove in front of the tent and a table next to it. There were bananas, apples, and water cups on the table. She found some firewood, lit it, and put the kettle on. When everything was done, she realized that there were no earthworms. She was suddenly at a loss. Where are the earthworms? Where are my earthworms? Gu Lingqing, where did you put them? I can't find them. Song Shiyu, Wang Ma, and Lin Shulan all looked at her with tears in their eyes. A person from the dark shadows walked out from the dark and handed the earthworms to Baya. Baya saw the earthworms and calmed down a lot. She looked at the person from the dark shadows and smiled. It must be Gu Lingqing who asked you to come. I know he's not dead. How could he be dead, right? The person from the dark shadows didn't say anything. He quietly dug a hole in the ice lake. Baya put the earthworms on the fishing rod and sat on the tent to fish. Xiaoya. She heard Gu Lingqing's voice and looked to the side. Gu Lingqing smiled at her. You're always making people worry. Go to the tent and stay there. Be careful not to catch a cold. Baiya smiled and shouted to Song Shiyu. Mom, you said Lingqing is dead. How is that possible? He's sitting next to me now. Song Shiyu couldn't hold back. She covered her mouth and turned around. Her tears had already burst out. She squatted down. My condolences, madam. Wang Ma comforted. She couldn't hold back either and hugged Song Shiyu and cried bitterly. Baiya looked at them suspiciously. Mom, they're so weird. She looked to the side and said softly, Where did you go just now? I looked everywhere for you. Do you know how worried I was when I couldn't find you? Why are you still smiling? Don't suddenly disappear in the future. You know I can't live without you, okay? Xiaoya. Gu Lingqing looked at her. I won't leave you. I promise. She leaned against his shoulder and her head touched the tent. Baiya looked to the side. There was nothing. Gu Lingqing, Baiya shouted. Song Shiyu heard Baiya's panicked voice and walked towards Baiya. Baiya looked up at her pitifully. Mom, Gu Lingqing was still here just now. Did you see him? But in the blink of an eye, I don't know where he went. Did he tell you? Song Shiyu hugged Baiya and cried. My silly child, Lingqing, he's really dead. Baiya pushed Song Shiyu away. Song Shiyu sat on the ground. Why did you say that? Mom, Lingqing is your son, not your brother's child. Lingqing has always treated you as his biological mother. Did you know that? Is that why you lied to me? Your child died of illness. It has nothing to do with Lingqing. He's just a baby. Baiya said in a daze. What did you say? What did you say? Song Shiyu looked at Baiya in shock. Lingqing. Baiya looked behind Song Shiyu. Tell me that you're not dead. Don't just laugh, okay? Baiya stomped her feet anxiously. Young madam, are you crazy? Wang Ma asked Lin Shulan. Young madam, you're so pitiful, Lin Shulan said in tears. Song Shiyu got up in a daze and walked forward. I'm leaving. Why aren't you telling me? Gu Lingqing. Baiya was anxious and walked forward. Young madam, be careful, Lin Shulan shouted anxiously. Baiya didn't seem to hear him at all. She walked towards the lake and didn't pay attention to her feet. She fell into the hole. As her body sank, she saw Gu Lingqing standing in front of her. She was angrily hitting her shoulder. The water was too big. She couldn't see anything clearly. She only felt someone lifting her out of the water. Her vision went black and she fainted. After some time, she opened her eyes and saw Gu Lingqing sitting beside her. I told you to tell me that you're still alive. Why didn't you tell me? Chapter 484. Baiya looked at the old Chinese doctor in confusion. Lingqing, what do you mean? I'm not mentally ill. I've been cured, I promise. I'm not Mr. Gu. I'm a Chinese doctor, the old Chinese doctor said. Baiya's heart skipped a beat. She looked down and didn't say anything. Her hand slowly grabbed the blanket. Understand. Thank you, Chinese doctor. Is her body all right? Song Shiyu asked worriedly. Her body is weak and her pulse isn't good. Plus, her emotions are fluctuating. It's not good for the fetus. I'll prescribe some medicine to nourish the fetus, the old Chinese doctor said. Sorry to trouble you. Song Shiyu sent the old Chinese doctor to the door. She turned around and held Baiya's cold hand. Xiaoya, I know you don't feel good. I know you love Lingqing. Now that he's dead, you have to take care of yourself. You still have his blood in your womb. Do you want him to die with regrets? Song Shiyu said gently. Baiya looked at the blanket blankly and didn't say anything. Song Shiyu was worried about her. Xiaoya, you have to pull yourself together. Xiao Yin is still waiting for you to take care of him. Baiya still didn't say anything. Her phone rang, but she didn't pick it up either. Song Shiyu looked at Baiya worriedly. She picked up the phone and saw that it was cold selling. She picked it up and placed it beside her ear. Madam, it's bad. Xiao Ning went to assassinate Sheng Dongsheng to avenge the chief. He was caught by Sheng Dongsheng's men, Lung Ning said anxiously. Baiya's eyes trembled. Madam, what should we do now? I believe that Xiao Ning would rather die than surrender. However, Sheng Dongsheng will definitely make him suffer. We have to save him, Lung Ning said with certainty. Lung Ning, is Gu Lingqing really dead? Baiya asked weakly. Yeah, you were unconscious the whole time. We accompanied the chief to the funeral and the burial, Lung Shui said. Bai understood. The bullet passed through the back of Gu Lingqing's head. It was not a dream, but a reality. Gu Lingqing was really dead. Where is he buried? Bai asked. In the cemetery of martyrs. In the past, I asked him if he died, I would knead his ashes into a clay figurine and place it on my bed. He agreed. Zhang Xingyu should have been there and heard it. If you don't believe me, you can ask him, said Baiya. You mean you want to take out the chief's ashes and knead them into the clay figurines? Leng Shuai was surprised. Well, I was just joking with him. After he died, I won't live alone. In our memories, the best days were spent on the island. Please bring our ashes to the island and bury them in our courtyard. That's right. I was just joking with him. I won't live alone after he died. I won't live alone. Well, I was just joking with him. In the future, me, Gu Lingqing, and our child will always be together, Baiya said softly. What? Leng Shuai paused. You? What do you mean? In this world, many people die every day, and many people are born. Some fall from their horses, and some rise. In my world, there is only one Gu Lingqing. He is dead, and other things have nothing to do with me, Baiya said softly. He was killed by Sheng Dongqing. Don't you want to avenge the chief? Leng Shuai asked, confused. Even if I don't avenge him, he won't blame me. After he died, I want to be with him as soon as possible. I don't want to waste time apart. I'm sorry, Leng Shuai. I'm different from you. You have the passion to protect your family and love your country. In my world, there is only him. I'm sorry. Baiya apologized. She took a deep breath and looked at Song Shiyu. Song Shiyu's eyes were red. She looked at Baiya with tears in her eyes. Baiya could only say 3 words. I'm sorry. She remembered that when she was a little girl, she would occasionally read novels and watch television. The people or things in the television or novels would always have a perfect ending. In life, that was not the case. A tragedy would lead to a tragic life. There was no never, no reshuffle. Or perhaps it was because life was too tragic that the perfection of novels and television was more anticipated by others. Born in chaos, dying in peace. That was good. She and Gu Lingqing would never be separated. When he was born, so was she. When he died, so was she. Madam, other than you, is it safe over there? Leng Shuai asked. It should be safe. There's only Mom and me in the room. Here, Gu Lingqing has anti-surveillance equipment. Tell me, Baiya said calmly, and took the phone from Song Shiyu. The chief isn't dead. It's just a smokescreen to make Sheng Dongsheng and the rest think that the chief is dead. He's in the Dark Shadow's secret base now, Leng Shuai said in a low voice. Baiya was stunned. Her tense body relaxed, and tears rolled down her cheeks. She didn't cry today, but at this moment, she couldn't hold back her emotions anymore. She choked and said, I want to see him. I want to see him. I'm worried that Sheng Dongqing's people are watching over you. After all, they have the sky, Leng Shuai said worriedly. That's easy. You should have a submarine. Neither the sky, nor the satellite can capture it. I have a boat. We can go according to the normal procedure. I'll take out his ashes and go to the island. I can go down from the propeller at the stern. The satellite can't capture it. You can pick me up in the submarine. No one will know, Baiya said anxiously. But can your body take the cold seawater on such a day? Leng Shuai said worriedly. Even if I go in, it'll only take a minute or 2. I'll be fine. The occasional cold water stimulation can speed up blood circulation. Don't worry, Baiya said resolutely. Okay, then we'll go according to the normal procedure. I'll handle the matter of your ashes first. Tomorrow, we can take the ashes to the island. I'll go with you. This way, your safety will be guaranteed, Leng Shuai said worriedly. Okay, by the way, if the ashes aren't Gu Lingqing's, whose are they? It's not anyone's. It's just an ordinary pig's ashes, Leng Shuai explained. Baiya understood. Gu Lingqing is fine now, right? The bullet that went into the back of his head was just an act, right? You'll know when you see the chief. But I'm very worried about Xiaoning's condition. What should we do? Leng Shuai said worriedly. Did Xiaoning bring a weapon? Baiya asked. Yes. He went to kill Sheng Dongsheng. After killing Sheng Dongsheng, he was going to commit suicide. But before he could kill Sheng Dongsheng, he was captured, Leng Shuai said solemnly. Sheng Dongsheng must be waiting for us to walk into the trap. Wait for my call. Baya hung up the phone. Xiaonian, is Lingqing okay? Song Shiyu asked expectantly. Mom, you must keep this a secret. Otherwise, Lingqing will be in danger, Baya said. Chapter 485. Baya called Su Jiran. Su Jiran hung up the phone. She held her phone, deep in thought. Then her phone rang. She saw that it was Su Jiran's message and immediately opened it. I'm busy now. I'll call you back later. Xiaonian, you haven't eaten for a few days. You've been suffering from glucose. I'll prepare some food for you now. You have to take care of yourself, Song Shiyu said worriedly. Baya looked at Song Shiyu. Mom, I haven't eaten for a few days. I can only eat liquid food at first. It has to be light. Okay, I'll prepare it now. Song Shiyu turned around. Mom, you can't tell anyone that Lingqing is still alive. Not even Wang Ma. Baya was worried and reminded her. Song Shiyu nodded. I know. Baya lifted the blanket, took her clothes, and took her phone. She was worried that she wouldn't be able to answer Su Jiran's call when she took a shower. She took a shower, brushed her teeth, and came out of the bathroom. Song Shiyu had already prepared porridge and poached eggs. Don't forget to dry your hair. If you don't dry your hair in this weather, you'll get headaches when you get old. Okay. Thank you, Mom. Baya said. Her face was dry, so she applied some honey lotion. Song Shiyu passed the hairdryer to Baya. Baya simply dried her hair and ate her breakfast. However, she couldn't eat it all. She glanced at her phone. Su Jiran hadn't called yet. She forced herself to finish eating. Now that Gu Lingqing was still alive, she should take good care of herself. After eating, she stood by the window and waited for more than an hour. Finally, her phone rang. Baya immediately picked up. Hello, Xiaoya. Are you looking for me about the person from the dark shadows? Su Jiran had already guessed it. Yes. Baya did not deny it. I can send you his address, but I advise you not to save him right now. Sheng Dongsheng is furious and has set up an inescapable net, waiting for your men to come. Su Jiran suggested. Is his life in danger? Baya asked worriedly. Actually, there are many times when living is more miserable than death. Sheng Dongsheng had already chopped off his hands and feet to stop the bleeding. He was placed in a vat with water dripping from his forehead every day. Every day, he would die, Su Jiran said in a low voice. Although Baya didn't know the man and had never seen him before, her heart ached when she heard his name. To be able to stand up for Gu Lingqing, this man was righteous, brave, strong, hot-blooded. But why is it that good people don't get rewarded? I know what to do. Send me his address, Baya said coldly. Xiaoya, it's very dangerous to fight with Sheng Dongsheng, Su Jiran reminded her. I'm never afraid of danger. Send it to me if you're willing to help me, Baya said in a low voice. Yes, Su Jiran replied, and sent the address to Baya. Baya called Leng Shuai. Leng Shuai picked up immediately, which meant that he had been waiting for a call. Leng Shuai, report that the person from the dark shadows is missing and you suspect that he went to Sheng Dongsheng. Because someone from the dark shadows said that the missing person was emotional and said that Sheng Dongsheng killed Gu Lingqing, Baya ordered. Is that okay? Leng Shuai was worried. Xiao Ning is with Sheng Dongsheng, but Sheng Dongsheng abused the law. I will create public opinion and force Sheng Dongsheng to release Xiao Ning. No matter who Xiao Ning goes to, it's better than staying with Sheng Dongsheng. Baya's voice was a little choked. Okay, I'll listen to you. Send the plane explosion, Gu Lingqing's assassination, Gu Lingqing's death, and everything about Sheng Dongsheng to my email. The email is my phone number, Baya said coldly, and her eyes were full of sharpness. Asterisk Leng Shuai went to work. Baya wrote the manuscript in the room. She wrote about Gu Lingqing's great achievements, Gu's affairs, his donation, and the establishment of the orphanage, and all the facts that Sheng Dongsheng did against Gu Lingqing. She didn't express her own opinion, but people's association was infinite. Even if she didn't point it out, people would guess it. She also put the photos. The manuscript was not finished yet, and there was still an important part of the content, which depended on Leng Shuai. She called Shen Ian. Shen Ian hung up the phone. She contacted the boss of student Haha and asked straightforwardly, "How much do you want to sell this app?" "What?" "Name your price." Baya said concisely, "Or if you want to talk face-to-face, I can give you a price that is definitely higher than the market price." "Who are you?" "Gu Lingqing's wife, Baya." "Gu Lingqing is the heir of Gu's." "Oh, the youngest general who passed away a few days ago, right?" "Yes, he was murdered. I want to punish those who murdered him," Baya said straightforwardly. "Just say it. He's the person I admire the most. I can help you with this, and I won't charge you any fees," the boss said generously. "Some people are involved, and you can't afford to offend them. It's the safest for you to sell it. If you still want it, I can give it back to you after everything is done. We could discuss the price again, but I promise it won't be higher than the price when I bought your app," Baya promised. "Okay, I understand. Let's talk face-to-face. I happen to be in City A, too. How about making an appointment at Tianyu Tea House in Watermoon International?" "I'll bring my lawyer and documents," the boss said. "I'll also bring my lawyer there. See you in 2 hours." Baya hung up the phone. Her phone rang. She saw that it was Shun Ian's call and answered it. "I know why you're calling me. Sheng Dongcheng is very domineering now, and no one dares to criticize him," Shun Ian said in a deep voice. "He's so domineering now, and others can still compromise. Anyway, it's impossible for him to become the president. At most, he can maintain his current position. But do you think that he will let you go after 2 years? You and Sheng Dongcheng have known each other for so many years, and you should know what kind of person he is. Either you help me suppress Sheng Dongcheng this time, and maybe you can make him miss the president in 2 years, or you'll be finished in 2 years," Baya said sharply. Shun Yin was silent for a while, then asked in a low voice, "What are you going to do?" "The one who wins the people's hearts will win the world. Everyone knows about Gu Lingqing's great achievements in the military. After he accepted young Master Gu, every good thing he did in the past 2 years is also known to the people. I'll guide the direction of public opinion. No matter how domineering Sheng Dongcheng is, if he loses the people's hearts, even if he becomes the president, it won't be stable. He won't dare to act rashly. Besides, can a person without the people's hearts be the president?" Chapter 486. "I know what to do. Do you still want to come to the cabinet?" Shun Yin asked. "Yes, I will." "Okay, I'll arrange it." Shun Yin hung up the phone. Baya put down her phone. Shun Yin was a very capable and courageous person. As long as he was willing to help, it could be done. After all, he was the president. Moreover, through this matter, she could also see which side those important officials were on, and she would have a direction in the future. She stood up, put on a thick-down jacket, and went out with her phone. It should be too late to go to Watermoon International now. When she went out, Song Shiyu was at home. "Mom, can I borrow the company's lawyer and ask him to go to Watermoon International's Tianyu Tea House in 2 hours?" Baya asked. "Yes, I'll call him now and ask him to go there. I've given him your phone number, so it's convenient for him to contact you," Song Shiyu said. "Okay." Baya walked to the door. Lin Shulan followed behind her worriedly. "Madam, I'll go and get the car." She knew that Lin Shulan was protecting her, so she didn't refuse. After a while, her car arrived. Baya got in the car and looked out of the window. Lin Shulan saw that Baya was much more normal and smiled. "I think the chief is in heaven and will definitely protect you. I've been with the chief for 6 years, and you're the only one he loves the most." The previous Baya had always been protected by Gu Lingqing, so she lived until now. Baya didn't say the second half of the sentence. The fewer people who knew that Gu Lingqing was alive, the safer Gu Lingqing would be. "Madam, you must live well." "I think the chief wants you to live well," Lin Shulan said softly. Baya didn't say anything else. She leaned against the chair and closed her eyes. When they arrived at Tianyu Tea House, Gu's lawyer was already there, waiting for Baya at the door. "Hello, you Miss Wu, right? I'm Lawyer Wang from Gu Corporation. You can call me Lao Wang." Lawyer Wang extended his hand. Baya held Lawyer Wang's hand and said politely, "Thank you, Lawyer Wang." She dialed the number of Student Ha's boss. The owner of Student Ha answered. "We are in room 203. "Okay, we're coming now." Baya went upstairs and entered the private room. The two men inside were dressed in well-ironed suits, and they were both very young. "Hello, I am Zhang Rue, the boss of Student Club. This is my lawyer, Changyu. I am very curious. How did you get my phone number?" Zhang Rue asked with a smile. "A long time ago, my friend hired a water army. At that time, the students were just starting out. She used my QQ number, and your QQ signature had her phone number, so I knew your phone number," Baiya explained. She still remembered that at that time. She and Lu Shuang didn't know each other for long, but Lu Shuang was very enthusiastic and took the initiative to ask her to be his friend. At that time, she was still an intern, and another intern made fun of her, saying that she was being kept by someone else, and that she had connections. Lu Shuang found student Haha and hired 20 water armies. At that time, the water armies were paid 5 yuan a day, and each of them would send 10 messages to attack the other in turn. Although Lu Shuang's character was flamboyant, he was very loyal and would protect the weak. When she recalled the days when Lu Shuang was around, her heart felt warm. She wondered if Lu Shuang was doing well in Country D. "Oh, that was a long time ago," Zhang Rue recalled. After shaking hands with Baiya, he sat down and looked at his lawyer. The lawyer showed the document to Baiya. "This is the current data of Student Haha. We have 120,000 real users, and we have developed a few mainstream services. Long-term collaborations include live streaming platforms, online literature, multimedia, and some celebrity studios and agents. I would like to ask, let's say that I want this comment to become a trending topic, or go to the front page, etc. How do you do it?" Baiya didn't understand. "Regarding the services, the company's business department will explain to you in detail. We have an internal message that will be sent to every registered user's phone. They will comment according to the requirements. For every comment, they will get 1 point. For 2 comments, they will get 2 points. They can't comment at the same time. They have to wait for a minute. Their monthly salary will be paid to their WeChat account based on their points. Usually, 1 point is worth 1 cent. Most of them are students, and if they do well, they will get a few hundred yuan a month as their living expenses. Anyway, they don't need to use their brains, and they can comment on their computer. It's easy to earn 10 yuan a day," Zhang Rue explained. Baiya nodded. She basically understood. She looked through the data of Student Haha. The profits were not bad, and there was room for development. The asking price was 30 million yuan. Baiya closed the document. "Sure, show me the relevant documents, and I'll verify it. We can sign a contract in a while." "All right," Zhang Rue replied. The two lawyers were checking the information and data. Baiya drank her water quietly. "It's a pity that General Gu passed away at such a young age. My sister worshipped him like an idol," Zhang Rue said. Baiya lowered her eyes. "How old is your sister?" "She's 20 this year. She's still a little girl, and she's so noisy. I'm going to send her overseas to study." "That's good. You guys go ahead. I need to go out for a while, and I'll be back in about half an hour. Is that all right?" Baiya asked. "Yes, of course. Please go ahead." Baiya went out, and Lin Shulan immediately followed. After she went out, she prepared to get into the car. Lin Shulan checked the car, and after confirming that there were no problems, he let Baiya into the car. Baiya didn't leave. She made a call. "Hello, senior. I'm Baiya. I'm sorry, I didn't show up the last time you came. Something happened. Is it convenient for you to talk now?" Baiya asked. "Baiya, I've heard a lot about you. What's going on?" "After that, I called you, but you didn't pick up. After that, your number became an invalid number," Su Changhe said angrily. "That year, when you called me, I was kidnapped by Chun Bin in another province. He was a policeman in Jinyuan City, and the reason was complicated. You can search it on Baidu. It should be on the internet. After I was kidnapped, he threw me into the sea, but I was saved by my husband. My husband and I were stranded on a deserted island. After that, due to various reasons, an accident happened while I was being rescued, and I jumped into the sea. I've been in a coma ever since," Baiya said simply. "I know about this. Gu Lingqing and Su Jiran were fighting over you, right? After that, you were kidnapped, and there was no news of you. Gu Lingqing came to me and told me about this," Su Changhe said. "Yes, I was rescued. I had plastic surgery and bone marrow changed. But you don't have to worry that I'm not by ya. I'm the only one who knows about Senior's little secret, including your sisters, Baya said with a smile. You're gonna faint. Since you were rescued, why did you only contact me now? Chapter 487. Suchanga smiled. That's really in line with Baya's style. Even if you become a man, I won't doubt you. You only come to me when you need something. Tell me, what's the matter? Later, come to a country and help me get into a mental hospital. I'll tell you the details after you get in, Baya said in a low voice. You? Sure. I'm on vacation anyway. I have nothing to do. Su Changha raised his eyebrows. Why don't you bring your sister along? Baya suggested. She's been having a conflict with me recently. She went to the Maldives alone. It seems that you're in the Maldives now, Baya said with certainty. Nothing escapes your eyes. But she said she's going to Paris. She's very rebellious now and doesn't want to be with me. Su Changha sighed. Baya understood. I'll teach you a way. Tell her that you're going to a country and find her sister-in-law. See if she'll come to a country. She won't come, Su Changha said. If she doesn't come, you should give up completely. Letting go is also love, right? Baya suggested. Okay, I got it. I'll listen to you. I'll call you when I get here. Probably tomorrow, at most the day after tomorrow, Su Changha said. Baya smiled. I'll contact you when the time comes. I'll hang up first. I still have something to deal with here. Okay. Baya hung up and said to Lin Shulan, sign it for me. I have to go to a place first. Are you going alone? That's too dangerous, Lin Shulan said worriedly. I have the third eye here, and the people from the Dark Shadow are secretly protecting me. I'll be fine. Don't worry. If something happens, you can't protect me alone, Baya said coldly. She got out of the back seat and opened the door of the driver's seat. Lin Shulan got out and said worriedly, Madam, be careful on the road. Call me if anything happens. Ask the lawyer to call me after you sign it. I'll transfer the money to Zhang Rui's personal account. I'll have to trouble Zhang Rui to introduce me to the company tomorrow, Baya said. She got in the car. Oh, okay. Lin Shulan could only agree. Baya drove the car away. She went to Su Zhang's house. A long time ago, Gu Lingqing's family, Su Jiran's mother's family, and Su Zhang's family all lived in this neighborhood. Su Zhang's family's home. Baya knocked on the door, and it was the servant of Su Zhang's house who opened the door. Su with Su. Yeah, who came with Su, you with Su with. You with him, Su the T didn't him. The with. But Deputy Chief Su is not at home. The servant didn't believe her. He'll be back soon. Who is it? Su Zhang's wife came to the door. Baya smiled. Deputy Chief, Su asked me to come. He'll be here soon, Baya said. Oh, come in. Su Zhang's wife gave the servant a look. The servant went to pour tea. Baya sat on the sofa and looked around the living room. It was almost the same as 5 years ago. When Su Jiran brought her to dinner, she was still Su Jiran's wife. Su Shaoling liked Gu Lingqing, and Su Changhao was Gu Lingqing's best friend. Now that the Su family and the Gu family were enemies, Su Changhao wouldn't help Gu Lingqing. She called Song Shiyu. Mom, do you have Su Changhao's phone? Send it to me, and I'll collect it. Oh, okay. Baya looked up and saw Su Zhang's wife coming over with 2 security guards. She pointed at Baya and said, Chase this woman out. No one asked her to come home. Did you misunderstand? Baya asked. I didn't misunderstand. I called my husband, Su Zhang's wife confirmed. Baya reached out to her. Give me the phone. Get out. Su Zhang's wife said sternly. You're in front of me, and so are the security guards. I'm powerless. What are you afraid of? I'm sure that Deputy Chief Su asked me to come. I'll talk to him, and then he'll talk to you, Baya said sincerely. Su Zhang's wife was suspicious. She handed the phone to Baya. Baya called Su Zhang's phone. What's the matter now? Su Zhang said in annoyance. Deputy Chief Su, hello. I'm Baya. We met at the military court. I'm also Gu Lingqing's wife. I have something important to talk to you about. I'm at your house now, Baya said directly. It's you? Why are you at my house? Su Zhang panicked. Baya's lips curled up slightly. I'm selling you an important piece of information. It's information that you've been dreaming of. Dreaming of? What is it? Su Zhang frowned. I think the value of this information needs to be discussed face to face, Baiya said with a smile. I'm not free right now. Did you ask Lung Ning to come and cause trouble? Su Zheng was furious. First of all, I don't have that much power. I'm just a civilian. Secondly, I'll only give you 3 hours. If you don't come back in 3 hours, you'll miss the chance to be the president, Baiya said in a deep voice. Su Zheng was silent for 3 seconds. I'll call you back later. I'll wait for you at your house. I'll leave in 3 hours. Please tell your wife. Baiya passed the phone to Su Zheng's wife. Su Zheng's wife picked up the phone. Keep her here. Don't let her go. Wait for me to come back, Su Zheng ordered. Okay, I got it. Su Zheng's wife hung up the phone and looked at Wu Nian suspiciously. You're Baiya, Su Jiran's ex-wife? Baiya only smiled at Su Zheng's wife. She received a message from Song Shiyu. She called Su Changhao. Hello, who is this? Su Changhao asked. I'm Gu Lingqing's wife. I'm at her house now. Is it convenient for you to come back? Baiya asked softly. Baiya. Su Changhao was surprised. Yes, I am. Why are you at my house? Su Changhao was surprised. I miss the past. I still remember that you and Gu Lingqing were very close. Back then, Su Jiran insisted on going to some QQ game. I climbed down from the window, and you were the one who saved me. Baiya sighed. To be honest, at that time, I thought you were super handsome, elegant, and gentle. He's a gentleman, very cultured. I'm also very sad that Ling Qing is dead. I really didn't expect that there was a spy hidden in his military base, and he was always by his side. You must be very sad, right? Su Changhao said with regret. You know what happened between me and him. All the unsolved mysteries have been solved. Time is a good thing. As time goes by, it can fade people's emotions and change the hatred between people. Even when the water falls, the stone comes out. Chapter 488. I didn't expect Zhou Hailan to be that murderous devil. We became soldiers together, Su Changhao said sadly. Then do you think that the person behind the scenes is Gu Lingqing? Baiya asked. Of course it's not him. If it was him, he wouldn't let Zhou Hailan be disfigured in the sea of fire. I know him very well. At that time, he really liked Zhou Hailan. He was willing to sacrifice his life for the person he liked. Baiya laughed. This sentence really makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but he chose you in the end. Lingqing is a person who knows what he wants. Between you and Zhou Hailan, the person he loves more is you, Su Changhao said with certainty. Zhou Hailan is Sheng Dongqing's man. Sheng Dongqing has a secret organization that works for him. At that time, the name list of his organization fell into Xiaohu's hands. No one knows how he got it. So, Sheng Dongqing arranged a fake mission. Kai Qingyun is his subordinate. This fake mission became a complete massacre. They looked for Gu Lingqing because Gu Lingqing was Gu Tianhong's son. His testimony was credible. Or, Sheng Dongqing had planned for this day. Their mission was flawless. They even found Xia He, who was the scapegoat. But man proposes, God disposes. Xia He found out that the mission was fake during one of the missions. Xia He was caught. Lung Chuan asked me to go. Xia He told me that the mission was fake. I looked for Zhou Hailan. Sheng Dongqing's men assassinated Zhou Hailan. Zhou Hailan told me the truth. If the murderer was Gu Lingqing, I didn't need to ask Zhou Hailan to tell the truth. I wasn't stupid. However, Zhou Hailan was trapped by love. She loved Su Jiran and was willing to do anything for Su Jiran. She was under your father's control, so I told Zhou Hailan that Su Jiran had found a new lover. It wasn't me, but a girl that looked like me. In court, Zhou Hailan changed his statement, and Gu Lingqing was released. Who do you think killed Gu Lingqing? Baiya asked seriously. Have you found any evidence? Su Changhao asked. Baiya paused. They did not find any evidence that the murderer had committed suicide. But what if those two were not Sheng Dongqing's men? Su Jiran said that there were 2 people lurking around Gu Lingqing. It seemed that they had a preconceived idea. But no matter what, they had to save Xiao Ning first. No, the murderer committed suicide. Why are you looking for me? Su Changhao was confused. I have something to tell you in person. You know it's not easy for me to go to your place, Baiya said calmly. I understand. I'll arrange it. I'll be home in 3 hours. I'll contact you then, Su Changhao said and hung up. Baya put away her phone and saw that Su Zheng's wife was still looking at her. Did you have plastic surgery? Su Zheng's wife asked. Do you want it? The doctor I know is very good. Many women in their 60s look like they are in their 20s or 30s with his help, Baya said politely. Su Zheng's wife stared at Baya and sat down opposite Baya. I don't know if I should hate you or pity you. You lost your husband at such a young age. Sometimes he appears, and sometimes he disappears. You don't seem to have enjoyed many days of happiness. But my daughter went abroad because of you. If it wasn't for you, my daughter would be the one without a husband. Maybe this is fate. This is the result of fate, Baya said calmly. I'm also worried now. My Hao Hao is the same age as Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing's 2 sons are already 7 years old. My Hao Hao doesn't even have a girlfriend. My daughter is even worse. She's probably going to be a nun now. Every family has its own problems, Su Zheng's wife sighed. On the contrary, I think Madam is kind and kind. She must have done a lot of good things. People who do good things will be rewarded. Baya's eyes fell on the Buddha on her neck. God is watching. Knock, knock, knock. There was a knock on the door. Su Zheng's wife walked to the door and opened it. She saw Xiong Dani standing at the door with a girl standing beside her. That girl looked a little like Baya in the past. She looked at Baya in surprise and asked Xiong Dani, Who is this girl? Her name is Aling. Do you know that there's an overseas Chinese in England called Tang Xinghua? He's her grandfather, Xiong Dani introduced. Oh, but why is she? Su Zheng's wife looked at Aling up and down. Like that shameless woman, right? Xiong Dani said harshly. Baya looked at Xiong Dani coldly. Su Zheng's wife looked at Baya. Aling also saw Baya. She shouted happily, Sister Wunyan, you're here too. Xiong Dani then looked at Baya's face. Baya stood up and explained calmly, I'm here to deal with something. Have you eaten? Aling asked enthusiastically. Baya remembered that she hadn't eaten in order to deal with the matter. She looked at her phone and saw that it was almost 14 o'clock. She didn't want to waste time on this matter, so she smiled and said, Yes. Have dinner at my place tonight. Annie cooks a lot of delicious dishes. Aling held Xiong Dani's arm. Baya looked at Xiong Dani's smiling face. In the past, there was only a difference between Baya and Aling, so they were treated differently. If one day Xiong Dani knew that she was Tang Xinghua's real granddaughter, would she faint from anger? I'm not going. I have something to do today. Let's meet another day. Baya refused straightforwardly. You have guests at your place. I'll come over later, Xiong Dani said to Su Zheng's wife. Okay, I'll come over later, Su Zheng's wife said. Su Zheng's wife closed the door with a strange look on her face and looked at Baya. That girl, why does she look so much like you? It's fate. Baya didn't want to say more. Su Zheng's wife sighed. That girl doesn't look as good as you before the plastic surgery. She can't compare to you now. I think you just lack luck and background. Otherwise, you would be very happy now and wouldn't have divorced Su Jiron. He and I are destined not to go far. Baya didn't say much. She lowered her head and played with her phone. Time ticked by. She played until her stomach was growling. Her phone rang. She saw that it was Lung Shuai, so she picked up immediately. Madam, we've got the approval. We're going to search Sheng Dongqing's place now. But I'm worried that Sheng Dongqing has placed Xiao Ning in his base. Even if we search, we won't be able to find her, Lung Shuai said worriedly. Chapter 489. She lowered her voice and asked, I want to know, who did Su Zheng support at the meeting? Was it Shen Yin or Sheng Dongqing? Speaking of which, it's strange. I thought he would help Sheng Dongqing, but this time he forfeited his vote. Once he forfeited his vote, many neutral people or people on his side also forfeited their votes. Another strange thing was that Shen Yin was directly targeting Sheng Dongqing. It was obvious that he was targeting Sheng Dongqing. Yin must have sensed the danger, Lung Su reported. I understand. I'm at Su Zheng's house now, so it's not convenient for me to talk. I'll text you. I've encrypted the message. The encryption method was decided by Gu Lingqing and you. Understood. Baya sent a series of numbers in English to Lung Su. Lung Su corresponded to their encrypted card, so he knew what Baya meant. After sending the message, Baya opened the door and saw Su Zhang's wife standing at the door, looking nervous. She guessed that Su Zhang's wife was eavesdropping, but she didn't expose her. She smiled and said, "Uncle Su should be back soon." "Oh, do you want to have dinner here tonight?" "I'll ask someone to prepare it," Su Zhang's wife said awkwardly. "Sure, I remember that you're a good cook. I had a meal a few years ago, and it was memorable," Baya praised. "Mine is just so-so. Fortunately, they don't mind. I'll go prepare it now." "Thank you." Baya walked to the window and looked out. She looked as calm as a windless lake, but she was anxious and worried. But anxiety didn't help her at all. An hour later, Su Zhang's car came back. As soon as he came back, he said to Baya angrily, "What do you want?" "Let's talk in your study," Baya said with a smile. Su Zhang snorted and walked into the study. He stared at Baya and said angrily, "You can talk now. I remember that the Su family and the Gu family had always been on good terms. Su Changhao and Gu Lingqing are best friends," Baya said. "Don't play the friendship card. If you have something to say, just say it. Tell me the news that I've been dreaming of." "What is it?" "Once you're done, scram," Su Zhang said angrily. "A long time ago, we got the news that you were the one who revealed Xia. He's returned to the country, to Longshuang. Your purpose was to make Gu Lingqing make a mistake and then get rid of him," Baya said coldly. "What are you talking about?" Su Zhang pointed at Baya's nose. "We have witnesses, so you don't have to deny it to me. There's no third person here. At that time, I was very angry. I didn't expect that you were the one who wanted to kill Gu Lingqing. I wanted to give the evidence to the higher-ups, but Gu Lingqing didn't agree. He said that Su Changhao was his best friend. He understood that you did this because of Su Shaoling. What kind of person is Gu Lingqing? You've watched him grow up, so you should understand that he values friendship and righteousness," Baya said calmly. Su Zhang frowned. "What do you want to do?" Gu Lingqing was probably assassinated by Sheng Dongqing. Once Gu Lingqing died, Sheng Dongqing could be unscrupulous. Everyone knows his ambition, and you guys have a certain understanding of his style of doing things. Are you willing to be his lackey, or are you willing to be your deputy commander? Maybe you can still be the president?" Baya tried to persuade him. Su Zhang narrowed his eyes and examined Baya. Baya looked at him without flinching. When he abstained from voting in the meeting room, she could tell that Su Zhang was not afraid of Sheng Dongqing. He had his pride, but because of this pride, he was not willing to rely on Shen Yin. To put it bluntly, Shen Yin and Sheng Dongqing were young. He took advantage of his seniority and refused to submit to anyone. "Is this the news that you want to tell me?" Su Zhang said in disdain. "If not, will you meet me? I've already said what I wanted to say. I think you should know how to go from here on out, right? The presidential election in 2 years isn't long, right?" Baya nodded and turned around. Su Zhang frowned and looked at Baya's back. Baya opened the door. Su Changhao stood at the door with an unnatural expression. He stared at Baya with a complicated look in his eyes. "Let's talk in your room?" Baya nodded and glanced to the side. Su Changhao nodded and entered his room. Baya followed and sat down on the sofa. "What do you want to drink?" Su Changhao asked and opened the wine cabinet. "No need. I'm pregnant," Baya said gently. Su Changhao looked at Baya's stomach, closed the door of the wine cabinet, and sat down opposite Baya. "I didn't expect you to have plastic surgery. Back then, I didn't have plastic surgery to look good, but I didn't want Su Jiran and Gu Lingqing to recognize me. In the end, it seemed that the plastic surgery was in vain. So, many things I did in my life were useless. At that time, I was so conflicted. It's funny, right?" Baya smiled slightly. "If I had known earlier, the world wouldn't be so exciting." "I'm sorry." Su Changhao lowered his eyes. "Huh." Baya chuckled. "Your escape behavior is what most people would choose. There's nothing to be sorry about. If you help Lingqing, it's the same as betraying your family. If you help your family, it's the same as betraying your brothers. Not caring about anything is also a kind of freedom." "I heard your conversation with my father," Su Changhao said in a deep voice. "I miss that innocent time. Brothers, friends, kinship, friendship, and love were all in the palm of my hand. At that time, your relationship with Gu Lingqing was really good, Baiya said sadly. You want to deal with Shang Dongcheng, right? I'll help you. If you need anything, just give me a call, Su Changhao said happily. If Gu Lingqing needed your help, he would have come to you a long time ago. It's just that he doesn't want to sow discord between you and your father. Perhaps this is his brotherly love for you. He doesn't want to get you involved. Similarly, I won't get you involved either. I just hope that you won't get involved. Similarly, I won't involve you either. I just hope that one day, you don't become their accomplice. What are you hinting at? Su Changhao asked sharply. It's not hinting at anything. I'm just worried. You know, the ones who hurt you the most are not your enemies, but your friends. That's an emotional defeat, Baiya said as she stood up and looked at her phone. There is still no news from Leng Shuai. They probably hadn't found Xiao Ning and hadn't failed yet. She looked at Su Changhao. I'm really hungry. Can we have dinner? If not, I won't eat. Go back early. My house is a little far from here. You know that. You should be able to eat now. You're pregnant now. I'll send you back, Su Changhao said as he opened the door. Chapter 490. Su Zheng looked at Baiya and said coldly, I don't think we're close enough for me to treat you to dinner at my house. I won't see you out. Dad, she's my friend's wife, Su Changhao said unhappily. If she's your friend's wife, there's no need for her to eat at your house. See her out, Su Zheng said sternly. Baiya nodded politely and opened the door. I'll see you out, Su Changhao said and went out in front of Baiya. Baiya glanced at her car and said, You don't have to see me out. It'll be too late if you drive me back. Baiya called Zhang Xingyu and said, My car has been parked in front of Su Zheng's house. Did anyone do anything to it? No. Find someone to watch it 24 hours a day. Come back from Changjiang Avenue. It's safe there, Zhang Xingyu reported. Okay. Baiya got into her car. Su Changhao looked at her deeply. He wanted to say something, but stopped on second thought. Baiya waved at him, then started the car and drove back. On the way, she received a call from Leng Shuai. Leng Shuai was so excited that he couldn't speak coherently. Madam, we found Xiao Ning according to the method you told us. His hands and feet were chopped off. Baiya stopped the car by the roadside and asked, Did you get what you wanted to get? Yes. I made a few copies and sent one of them to your email. Madam, Xiao Ning. Leng Shuai's voice was choking. He's in the military hospital now. My people are protecting him. But it's true that he tried to assassinate Shang Dongqing. If he dies, it's not worth it. Yes, he won't die. I promise. I'll give him a diagnosis and put on a prosthesis. With the best technology and medical treatment, he'll be fine, Baiya promised. Okay, and thank you, madam. I'm going back now. I'll be there in about half an hour. Come to my place. I have something to tell you. Remember, be careful, said Baiya. He hung up the phone and sped up. Xiao Ning's business was settled, so she wanted to see Gu Lingqing as soon as possible. When he was about to reach the manor, his phone rang again. She saw it was Alan and answered. Are you home? I'm at the entrance of your manor, Alan said softly. I'm not far from the entrance. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Baiya hung up the phone and soon arrived at the security station. She got out of the car and went to the security room. Alan was there, holding a document in his hand, looking at her worriedly. Baiya smiled. Long time no see. Alan also smiled. I came to visit you during Gu Lingqing's funeral. You were still in a coma, having nightmares. It felt like the dream lasted for a long time, so long that I almost couldn't tell the difference between reality and the dream. Your condition yesterday really scared me, but the security didn't let me in. You didn't pick up my phone either, so I couldn't come in. I fainted after falling into the water yesterday. Have you eaten? Let's talk in the car, said Baiya, turning around and getting into the car. Alan sat in the front passenger seat and looked at Baiya. What do you want to say? Just say it. Baiya's gaze was looking forward. Gu Lingqing is dead. You will definitely avenge him. It's not convenient for me to intervene in the feud between your countries. It will cause a diplomatic conflict. But Country M is a neutral country. They have many secret organizations that work for people. Moreover, they are absolutely confidential and trustworthy. The information bag has what you need. The information bag. I believe that they will keep it a secret. But if I cooperate with them, they won't be able to erase the traces. It's equivalent to letting someone else have the handle. It's hard to say what will happen in the future. So I don't need it. Baya rejected. Can you handle it alone? Alan was worried. I know what I'm doing. Thank you for your help, Baya said sincerely. Alan thought for a while. Then I'll do it. I can't let anything happen to you. Do you trust me? Baya smiled. Of course I trust you. But you're not from our country. It's not good to involve the conflict between our country and yours. Those are my people. It has nothing to do with my country. You're British. You have a special status in England. Even if they're your people, it will worsen the problem and cause problems for you and your country. Alan, I appreciate your kindness. I know what I should do. If I need your help, I will look for you. I promise. Baya still refused. He rejected. Alan looked down. Oh yeah, Alan. Is Aling staying at Su Jiran's house now? Baya asked. Alan sighed and looked at Baya. She came back very happily and said that she had sex with Su Jiran. I didn't tell you. I'm sorry. Does she want to marry Su Jiran? Baya asked tentatively. I don't think so. I'll ask her when I get back. But she goes shopping with a rich lady every day. It's rare for her to be so patient. Are you going to stop her? Alan asked. Baya stopped the car in the car park. I don't think Su Jiran is serious about Aling. If Aling is serious, she will be hurt in the future. Aling has a cheerful personality. She doesn't have a long life. She has had more than 10 boyfriends. The longest one she dated was only a month. So, I'm not worried about her. She's just fooling around. Fooling around? That's good. Baya opened the car door and got out. Although she didn't agree with the attitude of fooling around with one's feelings, if the other party was Su Jiran, Aling was just fooling around. Birds of a feather flock together. This saying was true. Baya entered the room. Lin Shulan and Zhang Xingyu were there too. Song Shiyu looked at her worriedly. Baya smiled. Mom, I'm hungry. This is my friend. You should have met him before. His name is Alan. Oh, let's eat then. Song Shiyu looked at Wang Ma. During the meal, Baya didn't say a word. Although the others wanted to ask, when they saw that Baya didn't want to talk, they just looked at each other and didn't say a word. After the meal, Baya put down her chopsticks. She looked at the time. It had been an hour and 5 minutes since Lung Shuai called her. At most an hour, Lung Shuai should be here. Alan, I'll send you off, Baya said simply. Okay. Alan stood up and nodded at Song Shiyu like a gentleman. He turned and followed behind Baya. I can see that the others are worried about you. They don't dare to say anything. They are afraid of saying the wrong thing, Alan said. I know what they are thinking. Even if they ask, I won't say it if it's not convenient for me to say it. Baya adjusted her clothes. The wind was cold at night. When it blew over, her face became numb. You don't have to send me off. Go back quickly, Alan said immediately. Chapter 491. Just say it. No matter what it is, I'll do it, Alan said without hesitation. Baya smiled and told Alan what she was thinking. Before Alan left, he said, Xiaoyan, if you go into politics, you'll definitely become a leader. Baya watched as his car drove away. She didn't want to become a leader, and she didn't need to be successful in her career. All she wanted was a safe and stable home. The soldier drove her back to the villa. The people in the room were still looking at her worriedly. Baya smiled. What do you want to ask? Just say it. Madam, we've rescued Xiaoning. General Lung said that it was all your arrangements. What should we do next? General Lung said that if we don't do it well, Xiaoning will be sentenced to death, Zhang Xingyu said anxiously. I'm sure that nothing will happen to Xiaoning. Don't worry. But I really need you to do something tomorrow. I'll tell you once and for all when the cold weather comes, Baya said. Xiaoyan, don't overwork yourself. You're pregnant after all, Song Shiyu said worriedly. Baya nodded. I know my body well. I won't let anything happen to me. Don't worry, Mom. That's good. Madam, then what should I do tomorrow? Lin Shulan asked eagerly. Of course you'll accompany Madam. What else can you do? Zhang Xingyu said bluntly. Lin Shulan knocked Zhang Xingyu's head. I can do anything. Don't look down on me. Zhang Xingyu held his head. Who's looking down on you? You're young. Lin Shulan wanted to knock Zhang Xingyu's head again. Zhang Xingyu held his hand. If it wasn't for the fact that I don't hit women, You'd be lying on the floor right now. Zhang Xingyu, let's fight. You don't have to go easy on me. We still don't know who will win. Baiya pointed outside. Take note. You can hit them, but don't hurt them. Just do it for fun. Come on, Zhang Xingyu. Lin Shulan walked out first. I'm not afraid of you. Zhang Xingyu followed behind Lin Shulan. As soon as they went out, they started to fight. Baiya leaned against the door frame and watched them fight. She took out her phone and took pictures. She did not expect Zhang Xingyu and Lin Shulan to be so skillful. They were the champions of the men's and women's division. No wonder Gu Lingqing kept them by his side. One really couldn't judge a book by its cover. Lin Shulan was fast, but his strength was not as good as Zhang Xingyu's. Zhang Xingyu's speed was about the same as Lin Shulan's. He held back his strength. Every time he was about to hit Lin Shulan, he would stop. Lin Shulan was quick-witted. So, after 3 minutes, Lin Shulan had the upper hand. Zhang Xingyu was getting anxious. His speed was faster than before. Lin Shulan had a hard time dodging. Zhang Xingyu's fist stopped in front of Lin Shulan. All right, stop fighting, Baiya said. Lin Shulan pushed Zhang Xingyu away. Zhang Xingyu patted his body. He was not too happy. Baiya walked to Lin Shulan. Who do you think won? According to the moves, I've won more times. That's because I'm too lazy to fight with you. Zhang Xingyu interrupted. Lin Shulan sneered. Do you have the ability to fight with me? Don't tell me that you're letting me win on purpose. I don't believe it. Zhang Xingyu did not look at Lin Shulan. A good man doesn't fight with a woman. Fight me if you can, Lin Shulan retorted. Baiya passed the phone to Lin Shulan. Lin Shulan looked at the video. She clicked on it. She did not notice it when she was fighting. She was so focused on knocking him down. But it was clear from a video that Zhang Xingyu let her have more than 10 moves. Every time, he would stop when he was about to hit her. According to his strength, she would not be able to win if he started fighting. In less than a minute, you had already been beaten to the ground by him. She returned the phone to Baiya and walked into the room with her head down. What's wrong with her? Zhang Xingyu asked. Baiya raised the corner of her mouth slightly. You like her? No. Zhang Xingyu denied it immediately. Oh. Baiya replied. From afar, she saw Leng Shuai's car driving over. Leng Shuai is here. Let's go to the study room. She turned around and went to the study room first. She turned on the computer and received the email from Leng Shuai. She took 4 to 5 photos and edited them into the draft she had written earlier. She used 3 minutes to finish writing the final draft and saved it. There was a knock on the door. Come in, Baiya said. Leng Shuai, Cheng Qian, Zhang Xingyu, and Lin Shulan walked in. Leng Shuai, I want to meet Gu Lingqing tomorrow. Can you arrange it? Baiya went straight to the point. I'll arrange it, but I might not be able to meet him tomorrow. How about the day after tomorrow? I'll ask someone to drive the submarine to the island. Leng Shuai said. The day after tomorrow. Baiya nodded. All right. Tell me in detail about the situation at the meeting. Who is on Sheng Dongqing's side and who is on Shun Yin's side? Let's talk about the Big Five first. Su Zheng forfeited his vote. Lin Shu is on Shun Yin's side. Zhuo Chuanyi is on Sheng Dongqing's side. Zhuo Chuanyi is the judge. Which departments is he in charge of? Baiya said solemnly. He is in charge of the environment, education, health, and medical care. Lin Shu is in charge of national defense. Who is in charge of foreign affairs? Baiya asked. She didn't know much about national affairs before, but now she had to force herself to understand it. Shun Yin. He is in charge of foreign affairs and land resources. Which area was Gu Lingqing's father in charge of before? Baiya was puzzled. The special forces in the northern and southern regions were all under General Gu's charge. But after General Gu retired, everyone wanted to control this area. The northern and southern regions are now separated. Chief Gu is in charge of the southern region, and Kai Jiangang is in charge of the northern region. He is General Kai's son. We don't know if he listens to Sheng Dongqing. He didn't attend the meeting this time. Sheng Dongqing is the Minister of Finance, right? She remembered that Leng Shuai had mentioned it before. Yes, the economic lifeline is in his hands. Yeah, then we'll take over his position step by step. Baiya's eyes were sharp. Sort out all the projects he has personally participated in. Okay, I'll get someone to do it immediately. It'll be done tomorrow morning. Baya looked at Cheng Qian and asked, "Did anything special happen to you while you were with those people?" "They are very careful and won't do it themselves. They all have henchmen. If anything happens, the henchmen will take the blame," Cheng Qian reported. "Change your target now. Ignore Lin Shu and Su Zheng for the time being. Focus on Zhuo Chuani, as well as the people in charge of the environment, education, and health. Not only do you pay attention to them, but also the people around them, their cronies and relatives. As long as there is one rat poop, the whole pot can be wiped out." "Very well." Chapter 492. Baya looked at Zhang Xingyu. "You have something very important to do tomorrow, but you might not be able to make it in time if you are alone. Get a few more people, preferably a computer genius. Your task is to publish the information on every website that has traffic. I have already written the content, then get the Internet Water Army to increase the traffic. It must be on the headlines of every website. If the account is blocked, then send it again using a different virtual IP. If there are blocked words, change the blocked words to pinyin or add symbols and subtitles between the blocked words. I want to let most people in a country know about it in one day. In addition, I want to publish it on foreign websites too. Remember, you must control the public opinion. I am afraid that I am not up to the task. I'm not eloquent." Zhang Xingyu felt guilty. "I will be at Student HQ the whole day tomorrow. If there are any problems, I will contact you. Also, I will keep writing the draft. You just need to be responsible for publishing it." Zhang Xingyu was relieved when he heard Baya's words. He trusted her very much. He felt that with her around, many problems would be solved. At 7 in the morning, Baya had breakfast and informed Zhang Rui that she would be at his company at 7:30. "Xiao Nian, do you need my help?" Song Shiyu asked. Baya shook her head. "Mom just needs to protect the company. Sheng Dongsheng might try to do something to the company. You have to ensure that nothing happens to the company. You have to take care of yourself, too." "Ling Qing." Song Shiyu's eyes were fixed. She wanted to say something, but stopped. "I know, Mom." Although Song Shiyu kept telling her to take care of herself, she was an old lady. Repeating the same words was just a way for her to express her concern. Baya went out. Leng Shuai specially found a confidant to help her check the car and drive for her. At 7:30, she arrived at Student HQ. The employees of Student HQ came to work at 8 every day. At 7:30, 2 staff members had already arrived. Student High is divided into 4 departments: Sales Department, Technology Department, Operations Department, and Finance Department. Except for the Finance Department, each department has a staff. My assistant is in charge of these staff, and my assistant is also in charge of HR. There are 27 people in total, 10 people in the Sales Department, 4 people in the Technology Department, and 1 person in the Operations Department. There are 4 people in the camp, 4 in the Finance Department, 3 in the Internal Affairs Department, and an Annie in charge of cooking and cleaning. There's also my assistant, Zhang Rui explained. "Okay, I got it. You can ask my assistant about the details. He's actually the second in command of the company, and I trust him quite a bit." "All right, you met the company's lawyer yesterday," Zhang Rui said. "Thank you for your help. When I'm done, I will definitely help you buy a company." Baya promised. "Let's talk about it later. I might use the money to make other investments. I'll continue to introduce you later," Zhang Rui said. "Get someone to prepare 50 red packets for me. I've just arrived." Baya said, "With such a generous leader like you, they will definitely work hard. You will definitely do better than me," Zhang Rui praised. Baya smiled. She wanted this Student HQ not to make money, but to guide the public's direction. It would become her most powerful weapon. At 8 o'clock, everyone had arrived. The assistant informed them to go to the meeting room for a meeting. Baya was in the meeting room first. She looked at the people walking in one by one. They were all young people, and none of them were over 35. "Let me introduce you all. This is Chief Wu. She will be your new boss. I hope that you all will work hard under her. You will definitely have a better future than me," Zhang Rui said simply. "I know that when a company changes its boss during its development, there will be a sense of panic, psychological gap, and helplessness for the employees. First of all, Your salary will be increased by 500 yuan on the original basis. After Baya finished speaking, no one did not applaud. Secondly, because I have a lot of things to do, I won't be coming to the company often. So, the current management is still Chief Zhang's assistant. Baya looked at Chief Zhang's assistant. What's your name? My name is Du Xinbua, the assistant said. From today onwards, your salary will be increased by 2,000 yuan per month. From now onwards, your bonus will be calculated every quarter. After deducting all expenses, you will get 30% of the net profit. The other 20%, you can give it to your employees as a bonus. 10% will be used for the company's gathering, and the other 40% will be used for other purposes, Baya said straightforwardly. Zhang Rue started to clap. Chief, I will bring all of you together. Everyone, work hard. Don't embarrass me. The applause was very enthusiastic. The technical department and operations department will stay behind for a few more minutes. Du Xinbua, you stay behind too, Baya said. The rest of them left. Zhang Rue looked at it and said, Chief Bai, I'll be leaving first. Call me if there's anything. Thank you, Chief Zhang. Zhang Rue also left. Du Xinbua closed the door. You all know the situation of this company better than me. I need the operations department to promote our company and increase our traffic. I also need the technical department to maintain the company and make sure there are no problems. Also, I need to develop a new website. I need to recruit reporters, editors, and settle the relevant procedures. I need to settle the relevant procedures and get 40%. The technical department, operations department, reporters. Lastly, I will invest 4 million every year. Other than making up for the losses, the rest will be your bonus. I just hope that you all do well and don't disappoint me. The rest of you can leave. Du Xinbua, come to my office. I have something for you to do, Baya said straightforwardly. All right. Du Xinbua followed Baya into the office. Baya switched on his computer and logged into QQ. He called Zhang Xingyu. Send out the content. After that, send me the address. Baya hung up and looked at Du Xinbua. I'll send you the address later. What I want you to do is to get the Internet Water Army to denounce Sheng Dongcheng. About that, this will be a huge expense. Du Xinbua reminded. This is my personal matter. I'll pay for it. It won't be deducted from your revenue. Don't worry. Just tell the employees to get the finance department to give me the bill. If you do this, you will definitely lose money. You're using all the profits as a bonus, and you're using your own money to do things. You'll definitely lose money in the early stages. Du Xinbua didn't understand. Baya smiled. I don't lack money. I want my website to become the most authoritative within 3 years. I want it to become something that those despicable people are afraid of. You just have to do as I say, understand? Chapter 493. 13 p.m. Every post that was posted on the website became a hot topic. The Internet Water Army was very helpful. Every post had tens of millions of shares and hundreds of millions of views. Sheng Dongcheng also paid attention to this. He used his power to forcefully block more than 10 posts. But it didn't matter. He blocked it, and she posted it again. The Internet Water Army went to increase the number of posts again. Very soon, the post became a hot topic. Sheng Dongcheng asked the website to design the words that were blocked. Baya's lips curled. She had been waiting for this opportunity. She immediately posted a second post. The content was as follows. I would like to ask if someone is feeling guilty and blocked all the posts that I posted. When I post again, I even changed the word Sheng, Dong and Cheng into the blocked words. May I ask if you're feeling guilty? Once she posted it, the Internet Water Army immediately went to support the post. There were even people who supported the post on their own accord. 16 p.m. A group of police officers appeared at Student Ha's office. Who is the person in charge? The police officer asked coldly. Baya walked out of the room and made a call. Sorry to trouble you. Just follow the legal procedures. She hung up and walked to the police officer. I'm the person in charge here. What's the matter? Someone reported that you posted false information online. Please come with us, the police officer said expressionlessly. Okay, I have nothing to do with you. but I'm going to sue the person who reported me for slander. Please arrest him within 24 hours. If you don't arrest him within 24 hours, I will sue you for incompetence. Also, private messages. Why did you arrest him the moment someone reported me? Do you have any evidence? Did you verify it? Or did you take advantage of someone to slander us? Baya said sternly. Why didn't you verify it? Did you write the content that was posted on the various websites today? The police officer questioned. Baya smiled and said confidently, I wrote it. Everything I wrote was the truth. Every single fact that I said was supported by many politicians. Do you want me to give you Su Zhang's number? You can ask him if I posted any false information. The police officer looked at the person beside him. The person beside him didn't dare to step forward and took a step back. The leader of the police officers lost his confidence. I'm sorry. Let me make a call. Baya waited calmly. The leader of the police officers finished the call and walked over. He said politely to Baya, I'm very sorry. We didn't investigate this matter properly. Arrest the person who reported me. I'm not joking with you. I want to sue him for slander, Baya said clearly. We will do our best. The leader turned. Yes, we will. The leader of the police officers turned around. The people above told me to go back. I don't know what exactly happened. What's wrong with the higher-ups? One moment, they're letting us go back. The next moment, they're not letting us go back, the police officer complained. Didn't you notice? This time, Su Zheng and Sheng Dongcheng are both political figures. We can't afford to offend either of them. Let's just wait and see. Su Zheng and Yun of everyone, Su, Zhou, Su Zheng and brothers of Lu of Chun Chun. Presidential Palace Sheng Dongcheng smashed the vase and pointed at Shun Ian's nose. You're obviously targeting me now, aren't you? Shun Ian pushed Sheng Dongcheng's hand away and looked at him calmly. I'm not targeting you. Then what do you mean by this? You didn't arrest Gu Lingqing's wife, but you still condone her. Now that the people are denouncing me, it's like they're trying to force me to my death. Why aren't you suppressing them? Sheng Dongcheng said angrily. Do you think it's useful to suppress them now? The more you suppress them, the more it shows that you're up to no good. No one will trust you anymore, Shun Yin said solemnly. What do we do now? That woman is forcing me to abdicate. Sheng Dongcheng gritted his teeth in anger. It's not that serious. What do you mean it's not that serious? If you didn't agree to the search, they wouldn't have found Ning. If it didn't find Ning, they wouldn't have caused so much trouble. Sheng Dongcheng, I'm not a traitor, and I'm not treating this country as a game. You should have been sentenced to death for assassinating Gu Lingqing. You should have handed the assassin over to the state council immediately after you caught him, but you abused your power. I can protect you once, but I can't protect you forever, Shun Yin said sternly. So you're going to kill me? Don't tell me that you didn't kill Gu Lingqing. Sheng Dongcheng pointed at Shun Yin's chest. What do you mean by that? Shun Yin narrowed her eyes. Yes, I blew up the plane, and I've arranged people around Gu Lingqing. But the assassin who assassinated Gu Lingqing wasn't me. It was you. If I step down, I promise you that you'll never be able to make a comeback, Sheng Dongcheng said viciously. You're not the one who killed Gu Lingqing? Shun Yin was surprised. I was going to kill him, but he had too many enemies. The one who killed him wasn't my man, not you. Sheng Dongcheng narrowed his eyes and looked at Shun Yin. If I wanted to kill him, he would have been dead long ago. I wouldn't have waited until now. Shun Yin looked at Sheng Dongcheng. Sheng Dongcheng also felt that something was wrong. Someone wants to kill Gu Lingqing and fray me. If it's not you, who do you think it is? Restrain yourself. You've been too arrogant for the past 2 years. You know how many people don't like you. Also, don't do anything that you'll regret, especially when it comes to framing loyal people. I want a united and powerful country, not an internal war, Shun Yin warned. That girl wants to pull me down from my position. What do you think I should do? Sheng Dongxing asked. You'd better pray that Ying's man is fine. He was executed because he tried to assassinate you. So, you executed him without going through legal procedures. It's equivalent to murder. Apologize and ask for the public forgiveness. Tell Baya that you didn't kill him. Also, try to restrain yourself these few years and do good deeds in a low-key manner to clear your name. Otherwise, I don't know how long you can keep your position, Shen Yin said in a deep voice. If you can't protect me, don't even think about keeping your position. You know very well how you got your position. I might not be able to bring you to hell. After all, you're still young and don't know a lot of things. But I have something on you, and I can easily bring your father to hell. Sheng Dongsheng said angrily. He turned around and walked out of Shen Yin's office. Chapter 494. After Sheng Dongsheng left, he picked up his phone and called Baiya. I'll tell you two things. First, Sheng Dongsheng said that the person who killed Gu Lingqing wasn't him. You have to investigate this matter again. I don't think he has any reason to lie to me. Second, he will probably let Ning go and apologize to the public. After all, Ying's people were the ones who tried to assassinate Ning. If you continue to pursue this matter, Ying's people won't be able to keep their lives. Baiya looked at the front deeply. Wasn't it Sheng Dongsheng who assassinated Gu Lingqing? In other words, Sheng Dongqing's two people were still lurking in the military base. She had to try her best to find them. Besides, she also understood that in order to protect Xiao Ning, she couldn't pursue this matter any further. Even if she pursued it further, she wouldn't punish Sheng Dongqing. However, it didn't mean that she would let Sheng Dongqing go. Perhaps it wasn't Sheng Dongqing's people who assassinated Gu Lingqing in the military base, but it was 100% Sheng Dongsheng who made the plane. I understand. I won't do anything for the time being. Let him handle the rest of the public opinion. I'm going to take Gu Lingqing's ashes to the island tomorrow. That place is a pure land for me and him, Baiya said coldly. When are you coming back? Shen Yin asked. Not necessarily. I want to stay on the island for a while. When I come back, I'll contact you and ask for your help, Baiya said softly. She sounded a little tired. Don't tire yourself out. After all, you're pregnant. I know what I'm doing. I haven't had lunch yet. I want to go back and have a good rest. Okay. Shen Yin hung up the phone. Baiya pressed the intercom. Du Xinbua, come to my office. Du Xinbua immediately appeared in Baiya's office. After what happened today, he roughly knew that his new boss was a very powerful person. She could even look down on Sheng Dongsheng. How powerful must she be? When Baiya saw Du Xinbua coming in, he instructed, students, carry on with your work. Furthermore, I need to set up an internet. Go and handle the procedures before hiring editors and reporters. This website needed a few sections. First, it would be dedicated to exposing the dark side and certain officials. Second, it would be about people's livelihood and health. Thirdly, the establishment of various charity funds. Fourthly, the problems that the public has responded to. Fifthly, the number that provides clues. If it is verified to be true, each person can get 500 yuan for the information. If such a website is established, it might be very difficult to make a profit, Du Xinbua said worriedly. How about this? I think I understand what you're worried about. You can split the website and the students into two parts. The 4 million I earn every year will be used to subsidize the website. I don't need to make a profit. Do you understand? Du Xinbua nodded. I understand. If you do well, my year-end bonus will be given to you. Don't worry, added Baiya. I will do my best. Good luck. Call me if there's anything. Baiya wrote his phone number to Du Xinbua. Okay, CEO, bye. Baiya kept his pen. I need 2 months to settle the website. Okay, CEO, bye. Baiya carried her bag and stood up. She walked out of the office first. The people sent by Leng Shuo had been waiting in the car. When they saw Baiya, they immediately got off the car and opened the door. Check the car, said Baiya. Leng Shuo's people checked the car. After confirming that there were no problems, Baiya got into the car. She leaned against the chair and closed her eyes. She didn't say a word and fell asleep in a daze. When the car stopped at the entrance of the manor, she opened her eyes. Maybe it was because she didn't have enough sleep. Her head was still hurting, so she continued to close her eyes and doze off. When she returned to the villa, Leng Shuo, Chang Qian, Zhang Xingyu, and Lin Shulan were all there. They saluted her. At first, she didn't think much of it. But when they saluted her, she felt a strange feeling in her heart. Thank you, madam, for everything you've done for Ning, said Leng Shuo. You don't have to do this. Baiya walked in and went straight to Leng Shuo. Come to the study. I have something to tell you. Okay. Xiao Yin, do you want to eat first? Asked Song Shiyu worriedly. Mom, I don't have much an appetite. You can ask the others to eat first, said Bai apologetically. She really didn't have any appetite. She even felt a little nauseous. She had something to do today and had been holding it in. She didn't even eat lunch. Then I'll make you some porridge. You should at least eat some. Even if the adults don't eat, Xiao Bao Bao still has to eat. Song Shiyu looked at Baiya's stomach. Baiya nodded. Sorry to trouble you, Mom. It's nothing. It's my duty. Baiya walked into the study. Lung Shuo followed her in and closed the door. There are a few things. First, my ship is still at the island. I can only go there by helicopter tomorrow. I told Xinyin today that it'll be easier for you to go through the procedures tomorrow. I want to stay there and accompany Gu Lingqing for a while. Can you arrange it for me? Lung Shuo nodded. Sure. Second, put the jewelry on hold for now. The Gu Corporation has plenty of money. We don't have to touch it for now. Okay, I'll listen to Madam. Third, the person who assassinated Gu Lingqing might not be Sheng Dongqing's man. Sheng Dongqing still has someone by Gu Lingqing's side. You must be very, very careful. Sheng Dongqing suffered a heavy blow this time. He will be more restrained. You must always be vigilant. Check all the background information of the orderly and the chief of staff. I want to find a real culprit. All right, send me all the projects that Sheng Dongqing has been involved in. I'll take a look. Okay, no problem. Lung Shuo agreed readily. We'll talk about the rest when I come back. I'll enter the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and then the cabinet. We'll communicate then, Baiya said in a low voice. Okay. Baiya looked at him. What else do you want to say to me? Lung Shuo wanted to say something, but stopped. In the end, he shook his head. Okay, go back early after dinner. You still have a lot to do. Thank you for your hard work. Not all, Lung Shuo replied. I'll kick Gu Lingqing. Thank you, Baiya said sincerely. Lung Shuo lowered his head and said nothing more. He turned around and walked out of the study. She didn't know why, but she had a bad feeling when she saw his reaction. Fortunately, she would be able to see Gu Lingqing tomorrow. When she saw him, her wandering heart would have a harbor to rest. When Baiya went out, Song Shiyu came over with a bowl of chicken congee. Eat some. Rest well after eating. You don't look so good. Okay, thank you, Mom. Please take care of them. I'm a little tired. I'll go back to my room first, Baiya said tiredly. Song Shiyu nodded and went into Baiya's room first. She put the chicken congee on the coffee table. Baiya's phone rang. She saw that it was Su Jiran's call and picked it up. Chapter 495. Okay, go ahead. The person who tried to assassinate Gu Lingqing shouldn't be Sheng Dongqing's man. I heard Sheng Dongqing contacting the people in the military today, asking them to find out who tried to assassinate Gu Lingqing. He was furious and said that he was framed. He must find a person who framed him and cut off his head to kick it like a ball. I don't think he's acting, Su Jiran reminded her. I already know about it. I'm also asking people to investigate. If it weren't for my friend's reminder, I might have been fooled. The person behind this is even more scheming than Sheng Dongqing. By the way, thank you. If it weren't for your address, we wouldn't have been able to rescue Xiao Ning, Baiya said in a businesslike manner. Hearing her tone, Su Jiran felt as if a clear spring had poured into his heart. It could drive away the filth and make him feel refreshed. He remembered that in the past, Baiya had always been harsh with him. Now he was satisfied with this change. I killed you once, so I'm living for you now, Su Jiran confessed. Baiya was silent for 10 seconds. Su Jiran didn't hang up either. What are you going to do with Aling? Baiya asked. After all, Aling was her distant relative. I've already broken up with her, but she's been very close to my mother recently. She's still a kid, Su Jiran said in a deep voice. Su Jiran, I'm very grateful for everything you've done for me, but I don't love you anymore. It's impossible for us to be together. If you find a girlfriend, you should be able to find someone who loves you and who you love, Baiya suggested. I'm tired of playing the game of love. What I want is a soulmate. I don't want to live a messy life like before. If I can't find one, I won't look for one. Didn't you already have sex with her? Baiya was a little angry. When I first saw her face, I was so excited that I thought she was you. But she's not you, not my type. I will cut all ties with her and won't waste her time and feelings. Don't worry, Su Jiran promised. You've been fooling around for so many years. Can't you find a girl to fall in love with? There are many women in this world who are understanding and love you. For example, Zhou Hailon. She truly loves you. Let's not talk about this topic. Just like how I told you not to love Gu Lingqing. How could you not love her? Gu Lingqing's personality is so boring. He doesn't like to talk, and he's always been cool. What's so good about him? He doesn't know how to make girls happy, right? Su Jiran asked back. Bai smiled. Love, this kind of thing is really strange. What others think is unworthy may be loved very much. Others felt that they were a good match, but the person in question did not respond. Everyone has a different sense of beauty. Some people like thin ones, some like fat ones, some like handsome ones, and some like ugly ones. As long as you love openly and live confidently, you don't have to care about other people's opinions and opinions. After all, you have read the story of the grandfather and grandson and the donkey when you were young. If you care too much about other people's opinions, you will lose yourself. All right, it's your life. Live it well. I'll hang up first. I'm very tired today. Good night. Good night, Su Jiran said. Bai was about to hang up when Su Jiran shouted anxiously, Wait. Huh, there's one more thing. You stayed at Su Zheng's house for a long time yesterday, right? Su Jiran asked. He knew that he just wanted to listen to her voice more. Yes. What did Sheng Dongsheng say? Bai asked and sat down on the sofa. Sheng Dongsheng suspects that Su Zheng is in cahoots with you. He's angry that Su Zheng didn't vote for him. But I know that with Su Zheng's temper, it's difficult for him to be with you. You purposely stayed at Su Zheng's house for more than 5 hours to make Sheng Dongsheng misunderstand, right? Su Jiran guessed. She was glad that Su Jiran helped her. Otherwise, with Su Jiran's intelligence, Sheng Dongsheng wouldn't be fooled. You helped me so much. Did Sheng Dongsheng suspect you? Bai was worried. Su Jiran chuckled. It felt good to be cared for by Baiya. It was as if he had the whole world. Sheng Dongsheng didn't trust me 2 years ago. He's always suspicious. He didn't tell me where Ning was imprisoned. I found it myself. How could he suspect me? Su Jiran said confidently. That's good. Baiya glanced at the porridge. I really have to hang up. Otherwise, the porridge will get cold. I'll treat you to a meal to thank you after we get rid of Sheng Dongsheng. Okay, then good night. Sweet dreams. Good night. Baiya hung up the phone. She finished the porridge and cleaned herself up. Then, she climbed onto the bed and fell asleep. She had a dream. She dreamed of Gu Lingqing and Xiao Yan. The family of 3 was playing in the yard. She saw a snake and chased it away. The next moment, she saw Xiao Yan with his tongue in his mouth. He was bitten by the snake. She was worried that the snake was poisonous. The snake was black. Gu Lingqing said that the snake was not poisonous. She was worried, so she caught the snake and cut it into 2. The snake was still alive and wanted to escape. She smashed the snake's head. Only after she was sure that the snake was dead did she feel relieved. It started to rain heavily. The scene in her mind returned to the orphanage where she stayed when she was young. There was a well in the yard of the orphanage. She remembered that the water in the well was very sweet. At that time, the conditions of the orphanage were very poor. There was no fridge. The mother of the orphanage bought a big watermelon and put in a bucket. The bucket was placed on top of the well. When they ate the watermelon at night, the watermelon was cold and very sweet. The children in the orphanage would enjoy the cool breeze on the rooftop. The mother of the orphanage knew how to build a lot of beds. She even made a mosquito net for the children to play in the tent. Telling stories, guessing riddles, singing, counting stars, that kind of feeling was warm and happy. There was no burden or pressure. Although they didn't have parents, they were happy and not lonely. Baiya opened her eyes and saw a dark shadow rummaging through something in her room. She closed her eyes quietly. If the other party wanted to kill her, he would have done it long ago. He wouldn't have waited until now. But who was he? Why was he rummaging through things in her house? She had a lot of bodyguards here. Ning was also observing in the dark. There was also Heaven's Eye. How did he come in? Why wasn't he discovered? In addition, what was he looking for? Suddenly, She felt the other party's breath approaching her. His breath was on her face. He was observing her at a close distance. She tried to calm herself down. Her eyelashes didn't tremble. She pretended to be asleep and breathed evenly. The moment she opened her eyes, she would definitely die. That person had been observing her for more than 5 minutes. Baya felt her lips soften. Chapter 496. That person? She felt very familiar. It was not Alan, not Su Jiaran. It seemed that it was not Gu Lingqing either. Gu Lingqing didn't need to search or hide anything from her. Who is it? Baya opened her eyes. There was no one in the room. She turned on the light and looked around. There was no trace of the room being searched. Was it a dream? That dream was way too realistic. She called Zhang Xingyu. "Hello, boss." Zhang Xingyu said in a daze. "I'm not your boss. I am Baya. Can you ask the sky if they have recorded anyone breaking into the manor?" Baya asked. "What? Someone broke into the manor?" Zhang Xingyu woke up. "Ask them." Baya said. "Okay, I will ask them now." Zhang Xingyu hung up. Baya held the phone and waited for the news. If they didn't capture anyone, was that person in the manor? It couldn't be Sheng Dongxing's people. If it was Sheng Dongxing's people, they should know that the person on the plane was a dummy. Could it be the group of people who tried to assassinate Gu Lingqing in the military? Then why did that person kiss her? The more Baya thought about it, the more numb her scalp became. She got up from the bed, went into the bathroom, and brushed her teeth. Her phone rang. She went out to answer it. "Well, madam, there is no video of anyone entering the manor. There is a 360-degree surveillance camera." Zhang Xingyu reported. "There are only me, my mom, Wang Ma, and Lin Shulan in the villa. Did the sky capture anyone else entering the villa?" Baya asked. "I asked just now, no." "What's wrong, madam?" Zhang Xingyu asked worriedly. Baya frowned, turned around, and looked at the tidy room. Could it be that she was so tired that she was hallucinating? "Got it. Thanks for your hard work." Baya hung up and looked at her phone. It was only 3 in the morning. She turned on the TV and watched it casually, but her head was dizzy and she couldn't watch it anymore. She got up, put on her clothes, and went to the library to read. She flipped through the books casually, but she couldn't read any of them. She was annoyed by that kiss. Finally, at 6 o'clock, Wang Ma got up to make breakfast. She called cold marketing. "Madam." Lung Chuan's voice sounded like he had been awake for a long time. "Let's go to the island as soon as possible. I want to see Gu Lingqing as soon as possible," Baya said in a deep voice. "Madam, the chief disappeared in the wee hours of yesterday," Lung Ying said in a low voice. "What? Gone? Where did he go?" Baya was surprised and asked anxiously. His heart was stretched taut. "I don't know, but he's awake. If he wants to leave, no one will dare to stop him." "He's awake? What do you mean?" Baya frowned. The chief was in a coma before. Yesterday, he walked out of the base, but he didn't tell anyone where he went. "I'm also very worried now. I'm looking for him with the third eye, but I haven't found him yet," Lung Chuan said worriedly. Baya was stunned for a while, sorting out the information in her mind. In other words, Gu Lingqing had been in a coma before. He woke up in the wee hours of yesterday and left the base. Was it Gu Lingqing who was in her room yesterday? If so, since the third eye didn't capture him, did it mean that there was a secret passage in this room? She remembered that she had suggested to Gu Lingqing to prepare a secret passage. Firstly, the third eye couldn't capture it. Secondly, she could go wherever she wanted and there would be no traffic jam. However, if it was Gu Lingqing who was in the room yesterday, why didn't he look for her directly? Moreover, the feeling of the person yesterday was familiar to her, but it was not Gu Lingqing's. "I see. Look carefully and don't make a sound. Gu Lingqing never does things recklessly. He must have his reasons," Baya said in a low voice. "Are you still going to the island today?" Lung Chuan asked. "I've already told Shun Yin. Since Gu Lingqing has left the base, he should come to me. I don't have to go to him. I'll follow the procedure. I'll go to the island today, stay there for a day tomorrow, and come back the day after tomorrow," Baya said. "Okay, I'll send a plane to pick you up after I'm done here," Lung Chuan said and hung up. Baya went back to her room and opened all the cabinets. What on earth was that person looking for? If he didn't find it, he would probably come again. She called Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu, I need you to do something for me. Remember, don't tell anyone. Okay, what is it? I won't tell anyone, Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. Help me install pinhole cameras in my house and link them to my computer. Also, share a copy to my phone. Baya ordered. Huh. Remember, don't let anyone find out, and don't tell anyone, even if it's cold, Baya reminded. Okay, I understand. Well, will the anti-surveillance cameras call the police? Baya thought of this problem. Don't worry. I'm the one who installed the anti-surveillance cameras. Only I know the password. I can set it to be a security camera. Then, there won't be a problem. Okay, please. Baya lay back on the bed and let her imagination run wild. She fell asleep again in a daze. She was woken up by her phone. Seeing that it was a cold call, she sat up and answered. Ma, the plane will arrive in half an hour. The ashes are here. Okay, Baya answered. She got up, washed up again, and went out. Zhang Xingyu was already there. He said to Baya, Ma, didn't you say that there was something wrong with your phone? Let me take a look at it. Oh, you know how to look at your phone? Lin Shulan said sarcastically. Zhang Xingyu winked at Lin Shulan. I know a lot. Lin Shulan seemed to have thought of something. She blushed and pushed Zhang Xingyu. Come to my study, Baya said. Ma, is it time for breakfast? Wang Ma asked respectfully. Baya nodded. I'll come in 5 minutes. Thank you, Wang Ma. Wang Ma smiled. It's no trouble. It's my pleasure. She walked into the study and passed the phone to Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu installed the software and said, Everything is installed, including Ma-Am's room. You were sleeping, so I didn't wake you up. The bathroom is not installed. Hee. Baya looked at the phone screen. You're quite efficient. No wonder Gu Lingqing likes to keep you by his side. Ma-Am, please set the password. This password is connected to the computer. The phone needs to be connected to the internet first. But because it's connected to the computer, you can watch the previous recordings. Zhang Xingyu passed the phone to Baya. Baya set the password and passed the phone to Zhang Xingyu. I installed it in every room here, including the library. When you open it, the screen will look like this. Zhang Xingyu passed the phone to Baya. Baya looked at the phone screen. There were a total of 9 bars. Chapter 497. If you want to see a room in detail, just click on the room, for example. Zhang Xingyu pointed at the study. Then, in the upper right corner of the screen, you can view the ones that are within an hour, within a day, or within 3 days. The advantage of this option is that it will pick out the most moving images. A moving image? What do you mean? Baya didn't understand. For example, if there's no one in a room, will it be a static image? If there are people or animals in the room, there will be a dynamic image. This can be picked out, Zhang Xingyu explained. Oh, that's pretty good. I have another question. When I'm not at home, can anyone turn on the computer and watch the entire recording? Baya asked worriedly. First of all, the computer needs a password. Secondly, this software also needs a password. Let's put it this way. Your phone is equivalent to an encrypted dog. Even if you want to view the video on the computer, you need to scan it with your phone. Baya understood. That's good. Madam, Zhang Xingyu said hesitantly. Is it because you think that the guards outside aren't good enough? Is that why you installed this? No. Baya did not want them to worry. If one day someone breaks in and assassinates me, I have evidence. But don't tell anyone about this. I know. You've told me many times. I definitely won't tell anyone. Zhang Xingyu said with certainty. This time, Baya went out for breakfast. After breakfast, she heard the sound of a plane approaching. She went back to her room to prepare some clothes, put on a thick coat, and went out. Lung Shuang was already there, and he even brought a Taoist priest with him. Baya boarded the helicopter. The ashes were fake, and the urn was in the box. After Baya boarded the plane, Zhang Xingyu and Lin Shulan boarded it. It was very noisy on the plane. Baya did not speak. He curled up in the corner and thought about what he had seen in the middle of the night. He also thought about how Gu Lingqing had left the base. His brows furrowed more and more tightly. The feeling of not knowing anything was the worst. It was irritating and irritating. After flying for more than an hour, Baya saw their room on the island. A house was just a house. It had no temperature to begin with. It was only because of certain people that it felt especially warm. Now that Gu Lingqing was not here, everything she saw was cold. After alighting from the plane, the Taoist priest performed the ritual first and then reburied the body. Lin Shulan brought the ingredients and was cooking in the kitchen. Baya lay on the bed and looked at her phone. She looked at the status of each room. When she reached the library, she really saw a person flipping through something. His heart tightened. He sat up and stared at the person on the screen. That person rummaged through the books in an orderly manner. He placed the items where he took them and did not mess up the slightest bit. He is still in the library. Should she let the shadows lurking around catch him? Because the camera was mounted on the doorframe, she couldn't see the person's face clearly. She could only see the top of his head. She watched patiently. After an hour, the man looked at the door. Baya immediately blocked the screen. Lingqing. It's really Gu Lingqing. Although she was a little confused, but that facial features, that outline, it couldn't be wrong. What was he rummaging through at home? Baya got up from the bed and walked around the room. She was in high spirits. It was confirmed that Gu Lingqing was fine. He was still alive. She stopped and grinned. She looked at the phone and confirmed again. It was Gu Lingqing. However, Gu Lingqing didn't tell her. Was he worried about revealing his whereabouts? What was he looking for? Baya gradually calmed down. She sat back on the bed and clicked on the video again. Gu Lingqing was not there. Unexpectedly, it was Nurse Wang who entered the library. She was also rummaging through something. Baya furrowed her brows. Ever since the incident with Xiao Xian, she had not liked Nurse Wang very much. She went to the library to rummage through something. Now, there was only Nurse Wang at home. She was really unscrupulous. Zhang Xingyu. Baya shouted. Zhang Xingyu didn't respond. Baya guessed that he didn't hear her. She opened the door and shouted downstairs. Zhang Xingyu. Here. Zhang Xingyu's voice was heard. I'm coming. He ran up the stairs, and soon he was in front of her. Baya turned on the surveillance and showed it to Zhang Xingyu. F***CK. What is she looking for? There's something wrong with this person. Zhang Xingyu had a bad feeling and looked at Baya. Baya nodded. I'll send him away today. I don't want anyone else to know about the surveillance. When you go back today, pay attention to her and catch her in the act. She can't stay in the villa anymore. Got it. Zhang Xingyu glanced at the screen and said angrily. Baya called Nurse Wang. Nurse Wang picked up. Young madam, what can I do for you? Help me do something? I'll send you an address later. Help me get a document. Remember, don't open it and don't give it to anyone. You must leave it on my bedside table. Baya ordered. All right, I'll do it now. I'll send the address to your phone later. Baya hung up and called Alan. Alan, help me do something. I'll give my old servant the address of your factory later. Give her a document. The document can be blank. How do we know if she has opened it? That's easy. Just put a barcode on the seal. Once it's opened, we'll know immediately. What's the covert method I want? Baya asked. You want to test if she will peek? Alan asked. Yes. I think there's something wrong with this person. I've already told her not to open it. I want to know if she will open it or not. That's easy. As long as the paper is processed, it will oxidize when it comes into contact with air. Then we'll know if she has opened it or not. That's a good idea. Please do it for me. Sure. Are you at home now? Alan asked. No, I'm on the island. I have some things to deal with. What's wrong? I'm already preparing for the thing you want me to do. Also, Su Jiran drove a Ling out. It's the first time that a Ling has been rejected by a man. Her pride can't take it anymore. She's throwing a tantrum at home now. I don't know where she found out about it. She's very similar to you. She's your substitute. Alan said worriedly. Does she know that she's similar to Baya or Wunyan? Does she know that Baya is Wunyan? Baya asked. She knows. As for how she knows, I don't know. She's very fierce and curses at you. A Ling is still a child. If she comes to you, please forgive her. Her mood comes and goes quickly, Alan reminded. Chapter 498. Zhang Xingyu watched as Baya hung up the phone. He asked, It's almost time for dinner. Do you want to go downstairs? Chief Lung and I will go back tonight. but it's too dangerous for you and Lin Shulan to stay here. Chief Lung left a team of soldiers here. Thank you. There are wolves, tigers, and leopards in the forest. Let them guard the house. The roof is a good place to guard. Did you bring tents and blankets? Although it's hotter here than on land, it's still cold at night. Baya reminded him, well, we soldiers are not afraid of hardships or the cold. The cold can train our willpower. Zhang Xingyu said tactfully, when the enemy comes, they'll be frozen stiff. Even if their willpower is tempered, we'll still be dead. There are 2 empty rooms here. Leave 4 people to guard the roof. The rest of you can rest in the rooms. I'll help them make beds on the floor. We can only make do with the blankets. Zhang Xingyu nodded his head and praised. If you stay in the ancient times, you would definitely be a great general. Those who win the hearts of the people will win the world. Baya's lips twitched. She was a little sad. What does the world mean to me? My dream is just him. Zhang Xingyu knew that Baya was talking about Gu Lingqing. He looked at her worriedly. Don't be sad. A good person will be rewarded. A person like Chief Lung will definitely go to heaven. Let's go down and eat first. Call the soldiers. Leave 4 of them in shifts. Remember to move the 4 of them aside. Don't miss out on their share. Yes. Zhang Xingyu saluted. Baya smiled. These people were really cute. No wonder Gu Lingqing wanted to stay and protect them. Her nose was a little dry. She didn't want Zhang Xingyu to see that she was in a bad mood. She turned and walked out of the door. Lin Shulan was still busy in the kitchen. She cooked a pot of rice. There was another pot for cooking. She had already cooked a big pot of cabbage stew, braised pork and soy sauce, braised fish and soy sauce, and green vegetables with mushrooms. The pot was now cooking radish and spare rib soup. The bowl was very large, with a diameter of 50 centimeters. Sorry to keep you busy. Let me light the fire, Baya said embarrassedly. There's no rush. Zhang Xingyu was helping to light the fire earlier. This is the last dish. We'll be able to eat it soon, said Lin Shulan with a smile. You're pretty smart. Your martial arts are good, you're pretty, and you know how to cook. Whoever marries, you will definitely be very happy. Baya praised. Lin Shulan blushed as he looked at Zhang Xingyu. I think whoever marries her will be unlucky. She's so fierce, beating up her husband every day. She must be living a miserable life. Zhang Xingyu disagreed. Lin Shulan rolled his eyes at him. You should take care of yourself. You can't even find a girlfriend, and you still want to laugh at other men getting beaten up by their wives. What a joke. I'll be beaten up every day. I'll just be single for the rest of my life. Zhang Xingyu retorted. You. Lin Shulan pursed his lips and thought for a while. Then, he said angrily, You're not allowed to eat the food I cook. Zhang Xingyu, I'm just joking. In my eyes, you're the prettiest and have a good figure. You can also protect your family and increase the military strength of your family. Whoever marries you is really lucky. Zhang Xingyu corrected himself. Are you serious? Lin Shulan looked at him. Haha, you're more real than Huang Jinjin. You cook. I'll go get them for dinner. Zhang Xingyu slipped out of the kitchen. Lin Shulan was so angry that he stuffed a stick of firewood into the stove. Baya poured a glass of water and looked at Lin Shulan. You like Zhang Xingyu? Who likes him? He's so heartless, and he doesn't look like much. Lin Shulan said in annoyance. Zhang Xingyu is smart and meticulous. He's smart and good at martial arts. He's still young, and he looks good. In another 2 years, he'll definitely achieve great things. Moreover, he's a person that gives people a sense of security. If you become his wife, you'll be very happy. Baya said seriously. Lin Shulan pursed his lips and lowered his eyes. If you like him, just tell him. I seem to have heard him say that he hasn't had a girlfriend yet. So, he'll be a little slow when it comes to relationships. Moreover, there's been too many things happening recently. He naturally won't think about those things. Baya suggested. Then, we'll talk about it later. Lin Shulan lowered his head. The light from the fire dyed her face red. Youthful and ignorant. That feeling was quite good. Let me arrange the dishes. They should be here soon, Baya said and drank the water in the blanket. Let me do it. Madam, just watch the fire for me. Once I'm done arranging the dishes, I'll bring them out. Lin Shulan said. All right. Zhang Xingyu said that Lung Shua left a team of people here. How many people are there in a team? Baya asked casually. 100. Baya, you said that Ling Shuo left 100 people here? Baya was surprised. She thought that there were only 20 of them. Commander Lung is very concerned about Madam. In fact, Commander Lung follows Madam's lead. So do we. So, Madam, you must take care of yourself. If there are 100 people, your food won't be enough. Baya said worriedly. I still have a lot of ingredients on my boat. I'll get Zhang Xingyu to bring them over with me later. They'll eat in 3 shifts. I'll cook when they're eating. If there's not enough food, I'll make up for it, Lin Shulan explained. I have a lot of wild boar meat on my boat. There's also the cured meat that I made. I'll bring them over. You can have more food for them. They'll stay here for another day, tomorrow. Baya said and stood up. Then, thanks to Madam, we can eat wild boar. Lin Shulan did not refuse anymore. Baya went out and called Zhang Xingyu. Together, they went to the boat to get the frozen meat. There are a lot of crabs on this island. This is the best time to eat them. Tomorrow morning, you can send a few soldiers to the beach to catch crabs. They'll be able to catch a bucket in no time. We'll eat crabs for lunch. Although the seawater here is not polluted, we still have to cook the crabs before eating. Baya said to Zhang Xingyu on the way back. Yes, now that I'm here, I finally understand why the chief would rather spend time with you here than return to the military. This place is like heaven. I'll look for you when I find a girlfriend in the future. Is that okay? Zhang Xingyu asked honestly. Baya smiled. It's a pleasure to have friends visiting from afar. If you like it, you can stay here for a month or 2. Let me tell you, there are many surprises in the forest. Nature's gifts are the best gifts. Chapter 499. You're right. I want to live here for the rest of my life. It's great to be your neighbor. Zhang Xingyu sighed. I'll be more at ease if you go hunting with Gu Lingqing. Your wife and I will cook, do the laundry, do the housework, and take care of the kids. We'll wait for you guys to come back. After dinner, we can take a walk on the beach. At night, we can watch the stars or play online games. Baya said happily. Zhang Xingyu looked at the smile on Baya's face in a daze. The chief was dead and wouldn't be coming back. Such a beautiful thing could only be left in his memory. However, he didn't want to break this beautiful moment. We can also play cards and mahjong together. The chief is very good at playing cards. He used to be invincible in the military. Zhang Xingyu followed up on Baya's topic. Does Gu Lingqing know how to play cards? He rarely plays with me. Baya didn't know about this. This is for men to play with men. Besides, it'll only be fun if there are 4 to 5 people. Zhang Xingyu walked to the door and pushed it open. Baya saw that there were already 35 soldiers eating. It was orderly and there was no sound at all. Zhang Xingyu took the ingredients from the fridge and handed them to Lin Shulan. Madam, you should eat first. I prepared something else for you. Lin Shulan said. No, I'm not hungry. I'll eat with you guys. Baya rejected and looked at Zhang Xingyu. Bring 2 people and me to the ship. Bring the blankets and mattresses down. Okay. Zhang Xingyu agreed readily. After a while, Baya brought all the blankets and mattresses on the ship. She covered the floor with wooden planks. There was a layer of licorice on top of the planks. There was a mattress on top of the licorice and a blanket. There were too many people here, and they didn't bring any mattresses or blankets. They had to be particular about what they used. She did the same in another room. I'm sorry, I can only prepare these 2 rooms for you. I don't have enough blankets and mattresses, Baya said to Zhang Xingyu. That's enough. The conditions here are very good. We can eat and sleep well, and it won't be a problem to squeeze 30 to 40 people into one room. As for the rest, we'll take turns to guard the place, Zhang Xingyu said. Well, let's go. We'll help Lin Shulan cook. She can't do it alone, Baya said and went downstairs. I'll talk to their captain first. He'll make the necessary arrangements, said Zhang Xingyu. Sorry to trouble you. When Baya entered the kitchen, the first group of people had already eaten and left. The second group of people were still eating. Lin Shulan was chopping vegetables. Let me light the fire. Baya walked to the stove and put the wood in. Madam, I've already cooked the rice. It should be enough. The pork rib soup is also ready. I'll cook cabbage stew with fresh meat and tomato scrambled eggs. Okay, are you hungry? Do you want to eat something first? After all, Xiao Bao's baby needs to eat too, suggested Lin Shulan. Bai really felt a little hungry. She didn't refuse again. Okay. Lin Shulan brought out a bowl of red braised pork, a bowl of red braised fish, and a bowl of cabbage stew. They were all fresh. You don't have to deliberately separate them. It's okay, said Baya. The soldiers eat very quickly. Moreover, it gets cold easily if it's placed there. You're not in good health, so I stewed them in the pot, explained Lin Shulan. Thank you. Lin Shulan scooped a bowl of rice for Baya. She didn't know whether it was because she was pregnant or because she was hungry. It was more likely to be related to her mood. She ate 1.5 bowls of rice and was full. All the soldiers finished eating. It was already 9 o'clock in the evening. Lung Shuai introduced the company commander and the 3 platoon commanders to Baya. After telling Baya that she could order them to do whatever she wanted, he and Zhang Xingyu took the plane and left. Baya prepared to go back to the kitchen to help Lin Shulan wash the dishes. She had already washed them and was dissecting the vegetables. Baya went forward to help her dissect the vegetables. I can do it alone. Madam, rest early, Lin Shulan said immediately. I've slept for the whole morning. I'm not sleepy now. Let me help you, said Baya. She picked up the scissors and cut the roots of the spinach. She glanced at the vegetables on the ground. What are you going to cook for lunch tomorrow? There's plenty of time tomorrow. I've cooked enough rice tonight. I'll get up in the morning and cook more than 100 eggs. Then, I'll cook 2 pots of porridge and ready-made salted vegetables. For lunch, I'll prepare braised pork, cabbage stew with bacon, tomato eggs, spinach, radish and pork rib soup, and stir-fried carrots with bacon. We should be going back in the afternoon, right? Asked Lin Shulan. I've asked them to catch crabs. We can also cook a crab for them at noon. It'll be very delicious after being boiled with soy sauce and vinegar. It seems that thanks to you, they're here on vacation, laughed Lin Shulan. Not really. They still have to stand guard in the cold at night. It's very tiring. As for going back, let's do it at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, said Baya. Then we've prepared enough ingredients. There's only to send them over. Let everyone eat together tomorrow so that we don't have to eat in shifts. You'll be lucky too. We only need 4 people to stand guard. The food for the 4 of them can be steamed in the pot in case it gets cold, said Baya. Okay, I'll talk to their company commander tomorrow. Madam, you can go back and rest. I'm done here. I have plenty of time to prepare after breakfast tomorrow. Okay, I'll come over tomorrow to help you. Baya stood up. You're the most down-to-earth leader's wife I've ever seen, sighed Lin Shulan. Down-to-earth. Perhaps it had something to do with her birth. She was never high and mighty, nor did she bow and scrape to anyone. She was equal to everyone and did what she could. Baya went back to her room. After cleaning up, she lay on the bed and turned on her phone. There was no news from Sister Wang. She called Sister Wang. Well, madam, I'm sorry, said Sister Wang. Baya curled up the corner of her mouth. She really did read the document. This person was really dishonest. She pressed the record button and asked calmly, what's wrong? Well, after I got the document, I didn't know why I opened it when I was in the car. I swear, I really didn't read it. If I did, I'll be struck by lightning, Mother Wang swore. You didn't read it? Or you didn't read it? You swear that you didn't open the document. If you did, your sons will die a horrible death, and you will die a violent death, said Baya bluntly. Mother Wang's voice was trembling. Madam, what do you mean? You don't believe me? Chapter 500. I don't know how it was opened. Maybe the thief thought it was money. Madam, you can't wrong me. I know you don't like me, but it's too cruel to drive me away in this way, Wang Ma cried. She knew her tricks too well. She cried and said how wrong she was, but it was just an act. You really didn't open it? Baya asked. No, madam. You told me not to open it. How could I open it? I didn't dare to disobey you, Wang Ma said. I know. Baya hung up the phone. She called Zhang Xingyu. Zhang Xingyu just got off the plane. Madam, I got off the plane and am going home now. What's wrong? Zhang Xingyu asked. Didn't I ask Wang Ma to get the file? The file was opened. She said she opened it on the bus, and I don't know why. I think she is lying, Baya said directly. I understand. Send me the route, and I will ask someone to check it. I will email you the video of her opening the file. Baya smiled. Zhang Xingyu was really considerate and knew what he should do. If possible, do you think it's convenient for you to get someone to investigate what Mother Wang did before? I've already asked them to do that before the meal, but the Sky I only has a storage period of 3 months, so they can only check the last 3 months, Zhang Xingyu explained. Okay, thank you. I will come back at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. During this period, keep a close eye on her. Don't stop her from doing anything, but don't let her take anything. I know. Baya nodded. She trusted Zhang Xingyu. She hung up the phone and checked the video at home. She went straight to the library, but Gu Lingqing was not there. She went back to check the video. Gu Lingqing seemed to be in the library from the beginning, reading something. He looked at the door and hid behind the bookshelf. Wang Ma walked in. Baya went back to the video and watched it 10 times. What she could be sure of was that Gu Lingqing didn't enter the library from the outside. Because the surveillance cameras had blind spots, she could only see him walking out from behind the bookshelves. She was eager to return home and wanted to find him. However, he had already said that he would stay for a period of time. He had already shortened the time by returning tomorrow. If he returned now, many people would be suspicious. She could only endure it and continue to stare at the library's video. She stared until her eyelids began to struggle and she fell asleep in a daze. After an unknown period of time, she heard the sound of dense footsteps. When she opened her eyes, the sun was already hanging in the sky. The sunlight shone in through the window, and it was very dazzling. The first thing he did was check his phone. Unfortunately, his phone was out of battery. She quickly charged her phone, got out of bed, and washed up. Out the door, there were 4 guards standing at the door, and they greeted together, "Good morning, madam." Baya was stunned. She did not know when the soldiers at the door had arrived. "Morning. What time is it now?" 7:45, the soldier replied. "Oh, thank you for your hard work." Baya walked to the kitchen. Lin Shulan had already prepared breakfast. He scooped a bowl of porridge for Baya. "When did you wake up?" "I don't even know," Baya said casually. "I came out to make breakfast at 5 o'clock. The dishes are all ready." "Then when did you sleep?" Baya was surprised. She remembered that it was almost 12 o'clock before she went to bed last night, and Lin Shulan had not come in to sleep. "I went to sleep after you left," Lin Shulan said with a smile. "Where did you sleep?" Baya was shocked. "In the kitchen." Baya understood. "I'm sorry, I didn't wake you. I thought you came back to my room. It's my negligence. It's not your fault. I was going to sleep in the kitchen. What if someone poisoned these dishes?" Lin Shulan comforted her with a smile. Baya looked at the honest smile on her face. She had always thought that she had suffered in the past, so her character was considered tough. However, compared to them, she was far from it. They were still optimistic in the face of adversity and were full of hope for life. They would not feel that they were suffering and would still face difficulties proactively. However, she was not like that. It was because it was too hard and she felt that it was unnecessary to endure it. Many times, she wanted to end it and did not want to continue. Compared to them, she should be cowardly. "After you go back today, have a good rest," Baya said gently and lowered her head to eat the porridge. "Oh yes, madam. You still don't know. The soldiers caught a few hundred crabs. They're so densely packed. It's so cute." "They caught a few hundred crabs so early?" Baya was surprised. There are more than 30 of them in a platoon. A few of them guard the roof, a few at your door, and a few at the main entrance. Then, the rest went out to catch crabs, Lin Shulan explained. "Well, when are you going to cook?" "I'll help you with the fire." 9 o'clock. It's too early and the food will get cold easily. "I'll cook the braised pork and spare ribs first. This takes time. Then, I'll cook the other dishes. The braised pork can be put back into the pot at the end. The soup will also be cooked at the end. It's hot." "Okay," Baya replied. After breakfast, she went back to her room, turned on her phone, and checked the library. Gu Lingqing appeared at 2 o'clock in the morning. He flipped through every book and seemed to be looking for something. He kept flipping until 5 o'clock. He looked at the door alertly and then quickly hid in the darkness. Wang Ma also came in to flip through the books. She sneakily flipped to the last row and found something strange. She took down the last row of books, neatly one by one, and stood in front of the bookshelf in a daze for a while. Then, she put all the books back, leaving no trace at all. Baya furrowed her brows. Wang Ma flipped very regularly, which meant that she should have been in the library for a long time. Could it be that Wang Ma was looking for treasures? What about Gu Lingqing? What was he looking for? It was impossible for him to find the treasures. He knew where the treasures were and the password. Wang Ma told him. Why hadn't he contacted her after so long? Baya sighed, and a dark light flashed in her eyes. She called Zhang Xingyu. Madam, I was just about to send you the video. I've already recorded Wang Ma opening the file. She opened it not long after she came out of the factory, Zhang Xingyu reported. I guess so. She has a bad motive. Have you found all the videos about her in the past 3 months? Baya asked. I've sorted them all out. She's been in and out of the Inghua Club for the past 3 months. She's dressed up, very glamorous. But we can't see what she does inside. I'll send you the video, Zhang Xingyu reported. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.